as one half of the Eastern Conference Finals decided, the Silk City Animals, with a second chance, look to shock the world and defeat the undefeated BIC in this Elite 8 matchup in the Northeast. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Ryan, joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. They will join me in a moment. Isaac Gomez throws the ball off for the BIC. The BIC won the toss, and they decided to defer. Kwani Morgan has the ball bounce off. He picks it around the 15. Morgan trying to get through the layer of defense and cannot, and he will be brought down around the 22-yard line. A lot of the conversation today is going to be around David Tender. The rookie quarterback has been a focus, not only of us here, but around the league for his playmaking style and his leadership, alongside veterans like John Kessler. You see there, number 17 in the Santisteban brothers. But this young core, you've got Manny Diaz to your right, Kwani Morgan, the returner right there, and David Tender, DT3, wearing number 4, beloved by Dan Giesling and many on the Creator Sports Network for his playmaking style and his marketability. We'll see what he can do against what many say the best team in the league, the Trenton BIC, will throw at him. As it will be first down, we see Morgan again on the replay. That athleticism is amazing. It is an impressive collection of athletes the Santisteban brothers have put together here in a resurgent season. On 1st and 10, rolling out to his right, immediate pressure by Wachter and others, and out of reach Diaz, and it will be second down. And we talk about David Tender not looking past Sterry Codrington on the BIC, but what makes Tender different, Corey Hammond?
But here's the difference between David Tender and most guys that play in the A7FL at the quarterback position. With guys in his face, guys draped on him, he's still able to make an attempt that could potentially have gone for a touchdown, and he just misses Manny Diaz. He has a really rare ability, guys, and you can see it play in and play out for the Animals.
But with 13:55, 2nd and 10, Tender will bring the ball to the line of scrimmage. Morgan will set up in the slot.
That's an interesting call.
Call off the hands, and a little late on the touch there, but he won't get called. That's number 19, Sire Hancock, in on the coverage.
His former team guarding their number 1 receiver, which is, again, I'm impressed by how BIC likes to play these mind games. They're putting Sire on Manny, which I wouldn't have thought would be the case. And it's not to say Sire's skills aren't there. I just always looked at H3 as the premier corner on that BIC team.
And he even goes across the field to make sure that he's on him. And then it's Trey Robinson on Kwani Morgan as they go trips to the bottom of your screen. Interesting matchups, but really it's going to be the rushers against Tender.
3rd down. Morgan breaks away from Robinson, and that man is a ghost. And he's away from the defender, and there is Kwani Morgan. Animals strike first, like Zamasu on Goasu. Animals win it 6-0.
I don't think anyone on BIC expected that. I promise you. This was not in the plans. And David Tender finding his man for 6 this early in the game. Maybe the Stano stuff was right.
Well, and we've given Trey Robinson credit on every single opportunity that he has. But this is just terrible coverage. All Tender has to do is just put it lightly out to Kwani Morgan. He takes care of the rest, makes the stutter move on Sire Hancock, and has the speed to get the separation away from Trey Robinson. And just like that, Animals up 6-0 on the undefeated BIC.
What a start. We see here again on the replay, the ball got tipped off the line.
And Sire couldn't bring him in either. That's tough.
Just not able to trip him up and getting into the end zone. They will go for 1 from the 5. 12:44 left to go. Tender will run this one into the end zone, and it is 7-0. And the Animals have upset the apple cart early.
The energy in the building right now
and look
is
who's trotting down the sideline.
Wow.
It is championship game energy, and there he is again.
There he is. I keep telling you guys. Oh, my. Okay. That was a little mean, buddy.
I mean, he's really upset with us specifically, but to be clear, Santisteban brother, you have done nothing personally.
Mad at us? What did we do?
The best thing he's done so far this season is making sure that David Tender shows up to the games that he's shown up to.
Making sure his water's cold.
And that's what he's yelling at
taking care of that animal.
Well, taking care of other things is important too, and empowering natural beauty. Locticians. Connect with verified locticians and natural hair care professionals in your area. Just whip out the phone, scan the QR code. It says scan me right next to it, and visit locticians.com. Locticians for people with great hair.
I'm not a dad. I am a dad to Olive, my dog, but I feel like a proud papa right now. Just watching my boys grow up in front of my very eyes.
We were actually going to let J-Rock do that read. He's out there cheering for the animals. Because for whatever reason,
guys,
you guys are going to hate on BIC.
This is the first time this season the BIC have trailed at any point. From opening second of the season until now, the BIC have not trailed.
First for everyone.
And now the BIC.
That's not going to make it. Oh, it does make it.
Makes it.
And it's live.
Live ball picked up by the animals.
There's no way. Yo, what is happening?
Rob, is this God's plan?
Don't do that.
Gentlemen,
don't do that.
The football gods have come down from the mountains and said, you know what? The game is broken. I'm giving up the sticks. Let chaos be. It is insanity in Asbury.
Not that chaos.
No.
But it is absolutely pandemonium here.
No, the
as
energy.
the U are cheering louder than they ever have in the stands watching this game.
How do you know it's
and
the
you
U?
can
It's our
see
fans.
the pep. Oh, I know it's the U. And you can see the pep in his step of the animals running to the offensive line to get right back out there. Guys, we knew that the Animals offense was going to be ready to put on a show for us. But and now it's real. 7-0. They can take a 2-score lead if they can punch it in on this drive.
This is very interesting, guys. This is insane.
Divine Epps is out there, so is Kwani Morgan. Well, Epps, I think, ran back to the sideline, but Morgan set up. Man who scored the touchdown flag on the BIC.
And it's wow. And Will Franklin is pointing directly to Markai. Markai, don't say it. And if John Columbia is coming up to you,
is oof.
Listen, if John Columbia, a.k.a. Psycho, is coming up to you on the sideline, if you're Markai, the offensive lineman
and that was
for
an
BIC,
unsportsmanlike conduct on the BIC.
If Psycho's telling you to calm down, Matt, you know you're saying something that's too crazy.
You probably shouldn't be saying.
And David Tender will take the 15 yards. He'll take it.
And they will be first down at the 13-yard line. The handoff immediately met by the BIC. K-Wack, Carnell Wachter stepping in. First time we call his number today, and they will bring him back 3 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, and they couldn't bring down Morgan, but they do stop him in the backfield. Guys, this game is going to rest not on this side of the ball, but credit the Animals not only for their 3-on-1 team on. Guys, I'm going to be honest. That was the greatest, worst throw that I've ever seen.
It was a bad throw.
It looked like a bad throw, but it ended up not being bad at all. It was the greatest bad throw of all time.
And the Animals, in less than 5 minutes,
and they go back to that same formation, trips to the bottom of your screen. Same route from Morgan.
Tender steps up and around.
And same bad man attacking the defense.
Tender gets the tackle, and that's Trey Robinson.
Definitely going to come back for the holding. All I'm asking is that they call it the same way other side.
But
I feel like with the officials we have today, Will Franklin, Ryan Spadola being our 2 lead officials, I think so far both games so far have been called fair. Really tight.
But
and honestly, they must have, because I've heard 0 complaints.
Well, and what you've seen there is, even though it's a penalty, that is the ability of David Tender to make things happen, even with guys all around him breathing down his neck. He has the kind of that slow-looking acceleration where it doesn't look like he's faster than everybody on the field, but apparently he is, because he gets separation, he finds ways to manipulate the defense, and even though they're in a tough spot and second and, guys, what looks like way too long, David Tender is as confident as any quarterback facing this defense from BIC that I've ever seen. Play action. Tender looking downfield, makes the man miss.
It.
Puts it up for Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz keeping that play alive on second down, getting them inside the 20, and it will be third and a relatively decent length.
And without the ability to step into his throw or even maybe use his arms to get it out there, just his belief in himself, David Tender completes a pass to Manny Diaz to make it a manageable 3rd and 14. Credit the coverage there and the rush from BIC doing everything that they should. But that just shows the playmaker that Tender is.
The Animals' offensive line need to do a slightly better job.
They're also sending a free rusher, so it's on Tender to make them miss.
One-man miss, but you got to.
And he's done so far.
Scan the blocking scheme.
Here's 3rd and 14.
Here we go.
Makes a decision.
Tender just finding ways around
Trey Robinson.
Brought down behind the line, and it'll be 4th down. The BIC defense not getting fooled again.
And they've made an adjustment. They make the adjustment early. They go very similar to last game we saw in the U come out with their big defensive line shifting to a more speedy, more agile defensive line.
I think that's less the BIC's defensive line and more Tender not taking off when he should have. Well, he had an early step he should have took off. He made a dance move and got caught.
In earlier games this year where we've seen Tender thrive, the wide receivers have been open when he's make that man miss. He's facing a completely different defensive secondary today. Syer Hancock and H3 at corner have been locking down their wide receivers. Timeout, Animals, 4th and 11.
Right now, Animals have the lead, so they're playing with house money a little bit after getting the ball off a turnover.
But if I'm Animals, I kind of go for the gusto.
You definitely have to here.
Yeah, you go for the gusto here because it's as simple as, yeah, that's a good play. It's as simple as, hey, we scored on our first drive. This isn't even the drive we're supposed to have the ball. This is not even our drive. Scoring here does a lot to help, but also not scoring here doesn't hurt as much as you might think.
And here's the Kwani Morgan play that put the first 6 on the board. Someone in that happens if the Animals ever had a tight end. What if you put Kwani Morgan?
They have a tight end. They got Macho. They got Joker. They have a tight end. It's just hard because what they need from their tight end first is to block the extra rusher coming from BIC's defensive line. They're loading the box up with 4 guys. One of them's dropping into more of a spy, but if they can't block the one-on-one from the 3 defensive linemen that are coming, it's going to make it even tougher for David Tender to find the guys that they want to get the ball to in Manny Diaz and Kwani Morgan. Everybody's always talking about the tight end. Guys, make them block first.
It's Jeremy Shockey's fault.
Stop whiffing on the block and saying I'm open. Just block your man.
And there's Ole Bell.
You can tell I've been hurt by that in the past round.
No.
I can definitely tell. We always know when something hurts.
But they go with the trips to the bottom of your screen. They're going to look for the mismatch on Kwani Morgan again. And Divine Epps splits out. 4 wide receivers for Tender. And a quick rush from
in trouble,
K-Wack.
rolls out. K-Wack gets blocked, throws, caught. Kwani Morgan, touchdown.
Wow! What is happening?
What's happening, Rob, is the Animals have came to play. 13-0, and the Animals
now
and the BIC offense has yet to touch the football. They won the toss. They decided to defer. This is how we got here, gentlemen.
I understand we had to deal with something earlier, but this is not no one expected this.
No one expected this.
At all.
No one expected that.
Take a look at he stays comfortable in the pocket with all the pressure. Olay's there. K-Wack is there. Robinson is there. Poised to make the throw while getting contacted, and Kwani's just there.
Is it because he doesn't he doesn't mark out for the names, as it were?
He doesn't get, no. And we talked about this early in the season. David Tender could care less who Olay is, who Trey Robinson is, who Dwan is. He doesn't even care that he's going against BIC.
Yeah, but it's also a rare skill and
show you.
It's a rare skill and a rare ability for your eyes to be downfield, reading the defense with guys literally trying to put their shoulders through your breastplate. Touchdown, Animals, and here's the extra point opportunity from Tender.
Tender will get in there.
Championship point from a championship-type play. And although everyone, including Dan Giesling somewhere, raving stark mad, is rooting on the Animals, 14-0 is your lead.
And if
they might have to tackle Kason Campbell or Ashanti Worthy on this round one.
Much like the Animals offense, if you want to unlock the hidden power of your content, utilizing interactive AI solutions from Scene, scan the QR code now. and unlock the future of content, the future of creation, and more monetization utilizing Scene. Big Rob?
Let's be clear, though. BIC is not worried. BIC, no, they've been here, they've been in these situations before. They know what's going on, and great teams adjust.
The defense right now is talking on the sideline. Kenny Stansbury has his defensive guys talking about what they need to do to make David Tender not as effective. And here's another wobbly throw that doesn't make the distance, but we're going to go live here. Pack Money on the return.
Marcellus Pack screens down the sideline, and he is brought down. There's a flag on the field, and they will call him out of play around the 46-yard line.
Now, because he catches the ball before it was able to go down, maybe the refs are allowing it to be a live play because we don't know if it would have made it the requisite yardage to get to the 25. But you see the explosiveness from Pack Money. You know, he is another dangerous guy that we didn't even mention as one of the opportunities to get yardage here. Also a member of the Corey Hammond 3CS. My Superflex guys, but we'll see.
It looks like it'll be a dead ball return. Pack Money will be given the ball after the penalty on the Animals because it did not make the requisite distance.
But even if he catches it,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it was a dead ball, so it was just it was a fun way to get Matt ready for what's about to happen here. He's going to start.
All of that for nothing.
Well, it's like the Dave Valley play where he crossed it over that didn't count. It happened. We were to it, but now this is a huge opportunity for BIC to make all the excitement from the Animals
Marcellus
feel a little bit less.
Will be met at the 50.
Yikes!
Pushes that man down.
Yikes!
Get off of me, sir!
He did his push-ups
Pack
this
will
morning.
get out of play at the 33 and playing like Pat Ewing in the post, slamming bodies down, 1st and 10, BIC, and after just about almost 7 minutes of
zip.
2 Animal drives,
14 zip.
Sterry Codrington finally touches the football at the 9:18 mark of the first quarter.
I need that for my fantasy.
Well, listen, Ashanti Worthy is actually lining up at running back for BIC. I will say I've seen Ashanti Worthy do a lot of things. It's been a while since we've seen him in that position. And it's a dangerous position at that.
And Kason Campbell at the bottom of your screen, H3 Frazier a part of the line.
Looks like Sterry is changing the play from the line.
Audible.
They got 4 in the box.
The snap, Codrington will keep it. He will step up.
Oh, that's too much space.
Just throws it. That's caught by Kason Campbell. Campbell will cut through, and he'll be brought down inside the 15. They may mark that at the 13 or the 12. They'll give him the 12, 1st and 10, BIC.
And now you look at it as if it's going to be a striking game. If it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the Animals are able to keep up offensively without stopping them on their offensive runs, they'll still be up a score.
Yeah, but the difference is you see how easy it is for BIC and how difficult it is for the Animals.
I can't agree with that. They just scored 14 unanswered points within 6 minutes. So is it hard for the Animals? Can they do it again is a great question. But I don't think them 14 points wasn't difficult.
The game is going to be interesting on the other side of the ball when we're watching BIC's defense and how they try to stop the Animals, as there's another penalty here.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. Don't lose yourself the game in this
the Animals just giving the BIC a gift.
Come on, man.
I think there's a chick sighting on the BIC sideline, which is definitely going to be big.
Unsportsmanlike on the Animals, but it looks like all's good on the sideline. The Santisteban boys are just having a quick conversation. Seems that all's good.
This is going to be the side of the ball, guys, that decides the game. The Animals, I think, can score on BIC. Can they stop BIC?
I don't think many teams can stop BIC.
And no Dave Valley as of now on that offensive line, so they are trusting some different options here as we get deeper into the first quarter.
Well, I'm taking that hypothetical MVP then. I'm taking it away.
What happens if he was saving puppies?
Then he'll get the Saving Puppies Award, but no MVP.
Oh, we have that?
We don't.
You got really
I think it's the ASPCA, but I'm not sure. Speaking of cruelty, bottom of your screen, Shanti Worthy in a route. And if Sterry Codrington is anything like me, which he is not, I'm telling him to run a whip right at the pylon and throwing myself a touchdown pass, but that's just me with my wishful thinking. But first and goal for BIC, not what the Animals were wishing.
Sending big bodies are the Animals.
Great blocking by
First
the
down, the
BIC.
throw. That's to Ashanti Worthy. And Worthy will be
him.
stopped at the line, at the yard line, and it will be second and a little bit.
They sent the other wide receivers in a route, but they kept Ashanti Worthy as almost an outlet, just setting up for the quick outlet pass if Sterry needed to. Finds him. Gets down to the 1. Credit the Animals for making sure he didn't get in the end zone, but if you're the Animals defense, second and goal from the 1 yard line, there's too many things to defend on this play.
I'm looking at Quincy playing off, like in that slight wing position, be wild.
Sees the sideline,
Walks
touchdown,
right
BIC. They'll cut the deficit down, and gentlemen, we've got a football game.
Got to pick your poison, man. Sterry forced that man to pick up Quincy. And that's that.
And that looked like Missile playing the defensive end position. He misses on the pass rush. And you got to make sure a quarterback, especially lefty, because that's his throwing arm side, can't escape to the outside. If you keep him in the pocket, he steps up into your other defenders. As soon as Sterry Codrington breaks contain on a defensive line, it's a touchdown for BIC.
Man. That is a dangerous man.
And they'll be going for the 2-point conversion from the 10-yard line, and again, trips to the bottom of your screen. And what a trips indeed. Ashanti Worthy, Trey Cohen, Kason Campbell.
Codrington immediately met by pressure. Codrington throws it to H3 Frazier.
No, that's definitely Quincy.
Pardon me, Quincy Davis movie. Very tired.
Now, there is a penalty flag here. I'm not sure if it's going to be on BIC to call this back.
They're calling it. They're counting it.
And they decline the penalty. Credit Sterry Codrington with pressure in his face. Good job from the defensive line of the Animals, not letting him break contain.
And you can't be
But he finds the outlet for the 2-point conversion, and 14-8 is the score.
If you're the Animals defense, you can't be upset at this. The pressure's there. You got to remember you're dealing with a phenomenal quarterback in Sterry Codrington. Now, where your secondary was, got to question that. But we got to pay attention to everybody on the field. But Codrington is really one of those guys. And again, BIC has been down. Ron Clark even said it. He's been down 21-zip before.
Quincy Davis, that man calls himself a movie. He's a man in a mask. Can the BIC tie this one up? The Animals get the ball next. Isaac Gomez will be throwing the ball off for the BIC,
I
Big
don't
Rob.
like the throw-off team.
Well, again, this is that speed team.
I don't like it.
It's JJ, it's Trey, it's Isaac Gomez.
Trey Robinson.
Kwani Morgan can run through an arm tackle, so they better bring their shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Like, I agree with Rob here. Kwani Morgan pulls through, gets through the defender,
And again, they'll ask why did he listen. If you get past Trey Cohen
that's a touchdown.
On BIC's throw-off team, it's a touchdown.
Yes,
guaranteed.
But that's a big if.
The only one. That's a heavy if because Trey Cohen is solo tacklers on 3-on-1 coverage.
And pound for pound, maybe one of the toughest guys in the entire league, maybe one of the most capable guys in the entire league. And guys, we've seen him do back-to-back-to-back flips in the air.
Yeah, I can't do any of that.
Athleticism on deck. Shout outs to Marcel Bates.
A quarter flip. He's doing.
I do a flip. No, I do a.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a flop. It's a flop when you don't turn it.
David Tender.
David Tender having 3 wide receivers all at the bottom of your screen. You see John Kessler, the tight end, fakes the screen and brought down by Ole Bell.
And that's where he gets his name. His name is Olajuwon, right? So you call him Ole because it's short for Olajuwon. But when you basically play Matador to one of the best defensive pass rushers, especially edge rushers, in our league's history, he's going to convert the sack on even David Tender.
All gas, no break.
Ole plays 0 games, and this guy's been doing this since before I was in the league. He gets right through that line. He doesn't even hesitate. But, again, these guys on the Animals offensive line, hey, you guys talked yourselves up into this position to be great. Now you have to show it.
Robinson did a great job of trying to feint Tender, and I think that helped set up Ole coming in.
That definitely helped Ole.
Well, and what you see from the defensive line from the BIC, Dwan is down at what would be like the defensive end position or the outside linebacker position. A lot of times he is going to drop into coverage.
They snap on second down after the sack. The throw, that is caught by Manny Diaz. He'll get to the 40. 2 yards beyond the initial line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Animals.
And that's a great play, Rob, Matt, but that's what I'm talking about. When we see what Sterry Codrington does on the other side of the ball, shout-outs to that podcast as well, what we see them do is it looks a lot easier than what BIC is forcing David Tender to do. Now, David Tender's making the plays, and David Tender has impressed, especially early on in this game.
Speaking of Tender, but look at the growth of Manny to a guy week 1, week 2 that couldn't make that play to now he's a sure thing. His hands are like
well, and I remember when we were in this same booth
Yeah.
watching these same two teams play with Bebo at quarterback, how frustrated Manny Diaz was. That's the difference that Tender makes, and here's 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
Oh, great blocking by
In
Joker.
trouble, the throw, caught!
Oh, yikes.
That's
Macho.
the 1st down, Macho!
Wow.
Pushes through the defender, Saeed! Lateral, does not go for it. 1st down at the 39-yard line.
Now,
and they'll
that's
cross the
Kwani
route.
Morgan begging for the ball. Toss it to him. Nope. Brian Santisaban, we love
No,
your
sir.
energy.
No,
go
sir.
and find a camera to yell into. Don't make any gestures, but go yell. But do not tell your team to pitch it back to you. It's not a good look.
It's not, and there it goes. It's the pressure's there. He's just able to get the ball out.
And he
even
throws a pass that you might say, oh, that's not even a good pass. Nope. He made eye contact with his receiver. He throws a
And the pass is
behind
on.
the shoulder almost. He puts a little bit of air on it so his
and the-
wide receiver can adjust, and he makes the adjustment and gets the 1st down.
And the ability to dip and dive under Saeed Hancock, and on 1st and 10, the throw off the hands.
And
Kason
they
Campbell.
removed Sayer Hancock and put Kason Campbell, who, if I'm not mistaken, last season was a standout at DB, shockingly.
And the
when he
season
wasn't
before,
really
some of the
doing
best
well.
plays he made against the U in that championship
He
were
saved-
defensive
he
plays
saved the
against
championship.
Dakari Mims in the
He
championship.
saved the championship. That one specific play at the back right
You're
corner.
pointing the exact
pointing
spot
right
on the
there.
field we all remember.
Without Kason Campbell, listen, the U scored there. We're not talking about the same thing.
And it will be 2nd down.
But again, you see how much effort the Animals have to put into getting yardage against this BIC team,
But they're making BIC adjust.
but they're stepping up to the challenge at least early.
my.
Tender
Oh, my,
will
good
keep
block.
it, and he gets tripped up, and he will fall behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down.
They got the seal on the edge. It was Trey Robinson on the edge, and they got the seal. Now, it was Chick there to maybe make that tackle if Tender doesn't slip.
Definitely this turf monster got to him.
It was the worm.
It was the word.
That worm has gotten me more than a few times, guys.
But BIC, one of BIC's special skills and what makes them such a threat in this league is the ability to plug and play. Each of these players that are on the sideline know their job, know who they're taking out, know who they're putting in. If one guy's messing up, they switch, and it's just as if nothing happened.
And we talked about it with the U in the previous game. It's that depth, especially at the defensive line. Tender is the only quarterback of that caliber for the Animals. They're going to send everybody they have at him.
And they do on 3rd down.
And he
Tender
still
lets
gets the
it
ball
go,
off?
incomplete.
Just the ability to
Yeah, that's
give
nuts.
Manny Diaz a play on that 3rd down is absolutely insane from David Tender. But the coverage was not it was there the entire way from H3,
The
which
coverage
means
was
that
definitely there.
look, he gave him a shot.
Is this 4-down territory, guys?
Listen,
When you're up by 6?
I'll say this because this is how I feel.
think you wanna
Does
score
it
here.
really matter where you give BIC the ball with
No,
their
it
weapons?
doesn't. It doesn't
no.
matter.
So you know
BIC
what?
can get the ball
David
in
Tender
space and
is
still
your
score.
weapon. If they score now because they are capable of doing so on one play, that's what they need to do. And so they're going to give their playmakers a chance because this is the side of the ball that has the best opportunity to defeat BIC on one-on-one matchups.
Some fans are thinking here in the crowd that the BIC should get the ball in the throw off on 4th down. Tender will roll out to his right.
my.
He's got guys.
Tender
Oh, my.
throws it, caught!
Oh, my good.
Joker!
What?
John Kessler, the veteran, on 4th down,
He snatched it away from Manny Diaz.
finding a way over the hill
Hey,
and through the jail.
Who says they don't got a tight end?
You said they don't have
I didn't say they don't got a tight end.
Someone said it. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Wow. They converted
Patterson
that.
is lit right now
They
in
are.
more ways than one as the Silk City Animals get the 1st down.
The key to this play here, guys, is the seal to allow for Tender to get the edge. And
They
it's Kwani
bailed.
Morgan.
No, they bailed so
Well, Kwani
bad.
Morgan also gets the seal on Olay Bell to allow for Tender to
Joker
get
is
that
a
edge.
thief in the night. Look at him go.
He did not sense Diaz behind him.
And Manny
He
was
made
ready.
the catch, so none of that matters.
Tender, the throw to Diaz.
Manny.
Diaz will get it this time, and he cannot get to the first down marker and is brought down.
And what BIC has to deal with right now is David Tender has such a running threat that everyone bails out and forgets what they're supposed to do. The adjustment they just made on the last play, if they show the replay, you have the defensive lineman grabbing the tight end and keeping him at the line, forcing the block, which is completely
gives
legal.
Tender extra time.
It gives him extra time, but at the same time, it eliminates his check down. So he doesn't have the tight end to throw on that one specifically, but then Manny Diaz is still wide open in space to make that play.
And from experience, I know this. This is maybe why I'm not as successful as Tender is. If you want to be a successful quarterback in the A7FL, you have to make off-platform throws accurately, and he's been able to do so with guys hanging over him.
On second down, what might be the last play of the quarter. Kwani Morgan trying to go through for three.
My
they'll bring it down at the one. First down Animals, and that's the end of the first quarter.
Wow, Kwani Morgan came to play football today, ladies and gentlemen.
Kwani Morgan, the ghost, rising like Gohan against Majin Buu. At the end of 15 minutes, we did not expect this dance to be 14-8 Animals. On the other side of this break, we will bring you the second quarter. But Kwani Morgan is that guy, the ghost in the Animals. Look to score a third time. Next. $15 minutes gone by, and after one round, Big Rob Fabian.
Rob, tell the fans so that they get the immersive experience of what you ran out of this booth to address. What are we hearing from the stands?
Guys, the U is in the stands screaming, "Who got your back?" And that's nasty work, because that's BIC's
That's
slogan.
BIC's thing, and they're yelling it to basically troll what they thought would be their opponent. But David Tender has something to say about it.
He just walks it in. My goodness.
Touchdown Animals. That man is marketable. DT3.
And guys, I spoke about it a little earlier. People were very concerned about the Animals defense and what they can do. Oh, if they can stop BIC. But getting these early points against BIC and having them trailing by 2 scores will keep BIC chasing. As long as the Animals can score, BIC might be in trouble. It's not about stopping. You don't even have to stop BIC.
Now you have to catch up.
BIC has to catch up.
Well, in the A7FL, a really good gauge of how games are going or how teams are feeling is when you look to the sideline and you see the interworkings of the team. Not too much. It's a normal level, at least at this point. But I see BIC guys yelling at other BIC to try to get their guys in this game. Here's Tender.
The 2-point attempt. Tender spins
Psycho.
out of the coverage.
Oh, my goodness.
Tender throws it.
He got that.
They say it hit the ground.
Yikes. It looked like he snagged it. But, hey, I'm kind of far away. I can't tell.
Yeah, we're from up here.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I don't know if that's a reviewable play or not, but
I'm reviewing. If I can.
The Big Rob unofficial review. Pending.
Before we review, let's look at the replay, because look at the guys who are chasing Tender around.
Bone,
these are names.
Psycho.
Yes.
And he had them in the spin cycle.
And he's looking past dangerous men.
Let's see here
this
on
is
the replay.
danger.
Psycho, excuse me, Psycho. Excuse me, Bone.
He leg whipped him off.
No, Tomato.
And he's looking past guys that are really coming at him with bad intentions. That's absolutely a catch.
That's a catch.
That's a catch, bro.
That's 2 points.
That's a
They're
catch,
going to look
bro.
at it. But, guys, as a quarterback,
this is under review.
Having the vision to look past that danger.
Take a look. Take a look.
Bro, it's a catch.
He got it.
It touches the ground. It touches the ground, but who cares? It's a
It
catch.
doesn't touch the ground.
Who cares?
Can the ground help you catch the ball?
No. It's absolutely not a catch, but I skew offense. It's a catch.
Let me see.
It touches.
Just the
Look,
angle.
it touches. All right, Shane.
That's hard to tell.
That's inconclusive.
Whatever.
No
They're on offense, right?
No catch.
Yep, that's a catch. They're on offense. That's all I have to look at on the replay. It touches.
It doesn't look like it touched.
Come on.
It doesn't look like it.
It looked like it hit the ground simultaneously.
It's too close to call. I'm calling no catch if I'm a ref, though.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's a bang play.
Yeah, I'm calling no catch.
Because it looks like same time.
Well,
it looks
right.
You guys are talking about the right things, because the Animals are, and everything is going right for the Animals so far in this game, except for that one drive that we saw.
Well,
Now,
the BIC have had only one drive so far.
The chat is agreeing with
Call
us.
on the field will stand.
Okay.
It is incomplete.
Very too close to call.
Yeah,
Inconclusive.
20-8 is your score. And while we assumed 20-8 would be the score, we did not assume that the BIC would trail through 2 quarters.
well, get your popcorn ready, you guys, because it's a 3-on-1 with Ashanti Worthy about to return it. And whenever that happens,
They need
must-watch television.
Yeah, must-watch television, and if you're trying to defeat, or you're an athlete looking to get taped up, go to tapemeup.net. That's tapemeup.net. Any age, any sport, we've got you covered at tapemeup.net. Scan the QR code now.
Yeah, they
guys
might need
think-
to tape up some ankles after this one.
Do you guys think BIC needs this 3-on-1 score?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. You
I
guys,
think
you guys don't realize. Calm down. It's like an Aaron Rodgers quote once back in the day. Just calm down. If you're a BIC fan, whether it's the BIC fan in Germany that I once talked to, or you're locally here in Trenton,
BIC
looking at
fans
your
are not
team
worried.
down 20-8, just relax.
BIC fans are not worried.
The
They've seen
Animals
worse.
defense is going to have to win this game,
Oh my.
And this does not.
and their 3-on-1 is going to have to tackle this man.
Ashanti Worthy gets past the first layer of defender, and he's
they
brought
got
out
him.
at the 50 on the BIC sideline. Could not get 6.
And anytime you bring him down without him going into the light blue, which is the other end zone, is a win for the 3-on-1 coverage
It really
team.
is. It's
What
like back
BIC
in the
has to
day.
do is stop looking for the refs to bail them out,
It's
though.
like
That's
back in the
ridiculous.
day. It's like back in the day. When you tackled Verges, even if it was after a 25-yard run.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. We
I'll
stopped
take
him.
it. It's
It's
He
the
didn't put
same-
6 on the board?
Same
I bet.
energy. Same
Again,
energy.
I remember watching him from the sideline as I played only offense. 11
And
carries,
and
9
here's why I
touchdowns.
said they should have that touchdown, because you want the momentum to shift. Tender feels confident. He feels in a pocket. If you can get it within 1 score
Right.
and you can get a stop, then it puts everybody back at even footing. So to me, this just kind of speeds that up without taking time on the clock.
So
But this
question for them is, for the defense of the Animals, what do? Do you keep applying the pressure to Sterry to force him to make a mistake, make him run? Because that's
him
what
throw the football.
Make him throw the football. But Sterry will run.
Yeah.
And he will get nasty on you pretty quick. And I need him to score because he's on my team. Sterry
Campbell at the bottom of your screen.
They just don't have the personnel to keep up with Sterry
The
Codrington.
snap.
Nobody does. Oh, my God.
Codrington
Whips.
throws this one deep downfield to Campbell out of reach. 2nd down.
I like the shot. I like him letting go. And credit Missile for getting the pressure. But if you look at the defensive line that they have out as the Animals, and they're going to sub in Missile for Jay Rolla, even so. Oh, no, it's the other guy. They're subbing in Jay Rolla. Even so, that is not a group of 3 men that have the speed and athleticism to stay with Sterry Codrington if he decides to run the ball. You got to love that he went to the throat and went to the air, and to my fantasy player, by the way, Kason Campbell. But I think right now, if you're the Animals, you look at your personnel, you cannot stay with the speed of Sterry Codrington, and you better just hope to contain him in that
You have
pocket.
you have to believe that you can, and you play the game that's in front of you.
Well, we'll see on 2nd and 10. Codrington out to Ashanti Worthy on the
man,
quick
in the
screen.
phone booth.
He's got some space. He sneaks forward and gets the 1st down. Credit the Animals for making the tackle.
That young man is dangerous.
But it just goes to show you how scary it is. It's very rare in the A7FL when you're facing an opponent without pads as the defender where you're the fearful one. Well, when you're about to tackle Ashanti Worthy, it doesn't matter. When you approach that man, you approach him with a sense of fear. 1st and 10. Codrington fires quick to Kason Campbell on the timing route. Right up the sideline, and an easy conversion for another 1st. And BIC is on the move.
And it will be the BIC continuing to drive the ball downfield. They move the sticks. 12:34 left to go.
And this
Matt
hurry
Ryan
up.
joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond.
And this hurry up is going to be dangerous for the Animals. They don't have time to talk about it. They might get caught in a matchup that they can't keep up with. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Fakes the
Snap.
quick
Quincy
screen.
wide open.
Throw.
Quincy wide open.
Quincy can't
Yikes.
catch it.
Quincy looks open before the play even starts.
Yeah, they faked the quick screen to Ashanti Worthy, and because they rushed to the line, nobody accounts for the tight end wide open in coverage. Credit the rush for making it an unforced error from Codrington, but if you're Codrington, you want that one back because that's an easy 6
Yeah, that's an easy
on the
6.
board for your team.
Now, the Animals show that you're a great team and you must adjust and account for Quincy. Quincy is playing a wing-back position where he's right behind the line. He's not on the line at all. He's right behind the line, and they're not accounting for him, and that's causing them problems right
And
now.
now they're going to go full spread. They put Quincy out at wide receiver. It's going to be
Quincy.
3 defensive linemen versus the 2 blockers. One of those linemen are coming free at Sterry Codrington.
Quincy head top. No one's fast enough to catch Sterry right
They're
now.
setting up for a jet.
The snap, the throw, caught.
Cohen.
That's Trey Cohen, puts through, slip slide, take it to the house.
Again, if you're a fan of BIC, you know what BIC's offense can do. The Animals are going to have to find a way to stop some of those plays, but when you get the blocking on a quick screen and you give it to a playmaker like Trey Cohen, he's not only going to score, but he's going to flip in the end zone.
And it is a 20-14 game with 11:18 left to go in the first half. Trey
Whose
Cohen,
fantasy team is that guy on?
and just that quick screen to Trey Cohen.
It's the blocking. Check out
Yes.
Ashante Worthy.
And those are 2
Yeah,
wide
and they just
receivers that are big playmakers in their own right.
I love that they created that alley for him. The alley they created on those blocks, and
Congratulations.
they are the nation live and in color. Trey Cohen's a new dad, April's only son, putting 6 on the board. Touchdown, BIC.
And you can't speak enough about those 2 blocks that Kason Campbell just muscled someone right there on the floor to get his guy into the end zone. And it's plays like that where the whole team is involved that show you who BIC really is. They're not worried about a 20-8 deficit.
Codrington.
Wide open.
Steps up the
Easy.
throw, and it
Ooh.
is 20
He had
16.
Umar Lewis wide open on a crossing route, but then he goes to old reliable on the wheel. Ashanti Worthy gets the 2, and 20-16 your score. 11:18 here in the second quarter.
The Animals take the lead. Rob, what are you thinking
In my-
as the Animals get the ball back here with 11:18 left to go in the half, up only by 4?
In my humble opinion, losing out on the championship points has the score looking choppy. BIC able to capitalize on theirs. I personally think in order to put BIC back on their back foot, they need this 3-on-1.
And we'll talk about the A7FL Championship in a second. We are going to look live now at the 3-on-1 throw-off as it's an opportunity for Morgan. He has all 3 guys. Take the ball out, and the BIC can't get it back.
Wow.
The
How did
fact
he
that
get it
he
back?
got that ball back is
How?
immaculate.
How?
That's almost a more important recovery, guys, than the original 3-on-1 that the
Honestly.
Animals got when they were throwing it off to BIC. Did you see the form tackle from Trey Cohen? No one in this league makes a
Not
tackle
playing.
like that on
Look at this,
Quani
look at
Morgan.
this, look at this.
Right at him.
This
and
is at literally 27 miles an hour that he's making that play, and holding him up in the air. That just shows Trey Cohen just scored the touchdown.
Honestly.
This is his DNA. He is making big-time plays without the ball in his hand, and he's a playmaker no matter where he is on the field or what he's doing. But Quani Morgan saves the day for the Animals and gives David Tender another opportunity here.
Let's
First
see,
and
there
10
might
from
be
the 40.
a mismatch on Quani Morgan here. We'll
Tender
see.
on 1st and 10.
Isn't that Chick?
3 wide receivers, the snap, the throw, caught by Morgan, and he'll be brought down at the 44.
I'm saying.
Well, he catches the ball, but that is we talked about earlier in this game, in the pregame, some of the all-time
Oh,
legends
Chick is there.
of the A7FL. Chick at corner, at playmaker, a name you can't avoid. And look, when you put him on a player, you know you're going to get a tougher matchup than he had earlier. Morgan able to get the yardage on the completion, but you see the open field tackling from Chick,
Chick's IQ is
potentially
out of this world.
saving a touchdown, because Quani Morgan could score on that play, and it'll bring
A
up
little more
2nd and
momentum.
5.
Yeah, he's out of there. A little more momentum.
2nd and 5, Morgan in motion. Play action, Tender gets caught up
Ball's
in the
out.
turf.
Ball's out.
Ball comes out, but Tender will keep it, and it'll be 3rd down at the initial line of scrimmage. A sack for the BIC defense. Their 2nd of the afternoon.
And
That-
here's where it can get a little scary.
A little sketchy.
You guys had the lead. Everything was looking good, but you're not able to stop BIC, who is on the chase. If you allow BIC to stop you from scoring on this possession, it can get dicey.
Well, and then look at the defensive front for BIC. You got Big Mook He's the man who caught the man that caught the ball. He's playing D-tackle. And then you got Umar Butter-Lewis. It looks like he's almost in like a nickel position. He's kind of got the edge. So David Tender's going to have a tough time running around him. Dwan is in the box, but he's covering the tight end. And it's Ole Bell.
The snap, and that is Tender cutting to the outside. David Tender gets a first down and more, and will cross the 50 and is brought out at the 46.
And what happens here is Kwani gets pushed out to that end and comes down and crosses off that on that defensive end.
Seals the edge on Ole Bell, and that's how you get the 5 yards on the first down. Now, credit Mook for coming from the defensive tackle position, making the tackle all the way down the field.
Yeah, he took off to make
But that's great execution from the Animals, and another just absolute display of, well, it's a display of David Tender's ability to run the ball. And you see he's starting to feel the collective hits, but he's a gamer. And if he is Thanos, he's looking to change this timeline, guys.
Kwani, I'm not liking this matchup that Kwani has with Tomeno.
In motion, Morgan. No, that's Tender again. David Tender gets to the 42, and it will be second down.
They go jet action quarterback choice.
Tomeno can tackle one-on-one.
Yes.
I just didn't like him in coverage.
Well, he's a defensive end, and if he's out there at corner, you could tell what he's doing is he's playing that defensive edge position. Now, credit BIC for the adjustments that they've made, but still, the Animals who, could be shell-shocked after the great play from the BIC offense, they're still coming out swinging when they have the ball, and Tender is making every type of play a quarterback has to against the BIC to keep his team in the game, still with the lead, 2nd and 6.
The throw to Morgan. Morgan needs a little help. Will drive to the first down marker.
Wow.
Against
first
down Animals, and the body of Kwani Morgan just driving, looking like Jim Brown or Darren McFadden in Alabama, just pushing himself further and further.
What it's starting to look like to me is these guys were just not used to A7FL football. It took them a couple of weeks, and they look like they've been here before. They look like this isn't their first big game, and honestly, it's not. The game against the Watchmen, which they lost, was a very big game with this type of intensity. So it's like they've been tested, and they're kind of showing that right here, right now.
Well, schematically and personnel-wise for the BIC defense, they're struggling whether to go with guys that are big enough to make the tough tackles and guys that are fast enough to keep up with the speed. And when they go back and forth, it's one or the other that's taking advantage.
Sayer versus Kwani.
Watch at the top of your screen, Sayer Hancock, Kwani Morgan, the snap on first down.
There's Bone. There's probably a holding call.
Caught! Manny Diaz!
Wow.
Emphatically thrown out at the 15, and the Animals continue to run the ball downfield.
That's Manny on H3, and I've been a big advocate of H3.
And correction, Arkansas, not Alabama. I got my Southern football teams confused.
No problem. Cool. No problem.
I know. I just
there's one fan in the chat that noticed, but most of us didn't, and we're moving on. Well, hey, if that's his name if that's their name in the chat, then of course they know. But Tender, again, with pressure in his face, finding the open man downfield. Now, these windows are not wide open.
I also don't watch college football, so I just was like,
and how long has it been since that player played?
At least 15 years. It's been a while.
Corey, what does he do here, Corey?
He keeps doing whatever it is he's doing. I don't know how to play this good.
The snap.
What do I know?
Pushes, looks for an option to throw. Almost intercepted.
Sayer Hancock almost takes advantage.
Sayer was about to show them something. He's been a little lackluster.
He had this game marked on his calendar.
Sure. I mean, when they told him about it.
Well, guys, it's a good play. But that's also a missed opportunity because we know that David Tender is taking a huge sigh of relief because that's one of the few mistakes he's been forced into. And for Sayer Hancock to potentially have 6 on the board and it drops to the ground, it just gives another new life to the Animals.
Let's see what they dial up here. Kwani's back on the offense, again playing this double tight wing spot.
And that is Tender again.
Oh, my.
Tender will carry it, brought down on third down.
Sayer Hancock again with another defense play. Kwani Morgan sealing that edge, this time on Trey Robinson. David Tender's ability to run the ball and change direction is really elusive.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And it's really hard to quantify because as you watch him run, I wouldn't say he's one of the fastest guys in the league, but the way he's able to make up ground, he presses the hole, bounces it back outside, looks like he almost has a touchdown.
Honestly.
This is phenomenal playmaking ability from maybe the future of this league, and David Tender at the quarterback position.
David Tender, Kwani, Ghost, the other young man, number 14.
They might be the third best team in the Northeast right now.
They are definitely the third best team in the Northeast.
They might be number 2 or number 1 after this one.
Yeah, they're looking to go. They're looking to beat number 1.
World. Can it be Morgan on 3rd down, met at the line, and it'll be 4th and not a lot, but still a goal line, a game-defining drive here in the second. It's going to control the momentum of the rest of this half.
Well, the last 4th down for the Animals, they were, able to easily convert it by throwing it to Joker, who made one of the best catches of his career on 4th and 11.
He's going to be replaying that for years.
Why not? Why not? It's recent, too.
I did this.
Recently.
He's making sure his wife time-stamped it on the live just to make sure he got it.
But on 4th and 5, you see David Tender walk into the line cool and collected because he knows that he has the ability to do so. He just has to figure it out with the defensive pressure looking to obliterate him.
Zaire on Manny.
On 4th down, the snap, Tender.
There's Trey Robinson with the pressure.
Manny Diaz!
Manny Diaz in Silk City is so smooth, and he is dancing his way to a 10-point lead.
Oh, my goodness.
The fact that the ball was placed with as much touch shows the immense trust that David Tender has in his go-to guy in Manny Diaz. Because look at this play. Trey Robinson gets through the block and is able right there to force the throw. Off his back foot, a touch pass to
Zaire Hancock got caught up trying to play the coverage.
Guys, that window that he fit that touch pass into is immensely small and insanely difficult to complete the pass. That's 4th down, guys.
That's a 4th down play. Kwani comes down, misses the block. Trey is
look
there
at the
with
coverage.
The pressure. Look at this.
The coverage is draped all over him.
And Zaire just gets lost in the wash, man. That's unfortunate.
Give your wide receiver a chance, and if you trust him, he will come down with it. The Animals, 26-16.
Please, help me. Who are we talking about today? Tender, Manny, or Kwani?
Yes.
Wow.
And BIC is in for a fight.
They're fighting. I don't think they
somewhere Dave Valley travel plans.
Dave Valley's driving down the turnpike to throw on the extra.
Oh, my God!
And another back shoulder throw adjusted, caught in the air by the Animals, who right now
no flag
are just better in the air than BIC has proven to be, and they're up by 12.
Oh, my goodness.
And folks, if you are not excited about what's going to happen in the next 33 minutes, John Kessler and the Animals, a team that 2 seasons ago were over, are now leading the team many consider to be the favorite to win the whole freaking thing. It is 28-6, a 2-score lead for the Silk City Animals.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go on a limb. The Animals have been the most exciting team in the A7FL this year. Every game.
Well, except for that one time that David Tender wasn't playing quarterback against BIC. This is not the game we thought we were going to get today. But is this the game we needed, gentlemen?
Yes.
This is the game that we all needed.
After the travel gods and the FAA kicked us in the tuchus, we've got ourselves a ball game.
And Pac Money's going to have a free run at it.
And it's going to be a dead ball run for Pac Money, but this return team is not scared of anyone, whether they're from a legend of the Jersey division, Baltimore, it don't matter. This Animals team does not care about the name on the back of the jersey. They care about the scoreboard.
What one of these defenses is going to have to do, because right now, the Animals are in a really good spot because they're up to 2 scores. So even though their defense is really having a tough time stopping BIC, the pressure they're putting on Sterry Codrington and the BIC offense to keep pace with their offense is making it so that that extra possession is huge.
Pack Money tries to get past Kwani Morgan. He does, but Morgan comes back for him, and they will bring him out at the 41. First down, BIC.
And again, that's great coverage. As long as you stop Pack, you did something right. But now, like you said, Corey, they are putting some interesting pressure on Sterry and company to make something happen and keep scoring. They can't really afford to make a mistake here, go 3 and out, 4 and out, intercepts. They can't afford any of that.
Because really what we're asking the Animals defense to do is make 1 or 2 stops this entire game.
That's it.
That's it.
On first down, Codrington throws this one deep. That is off the hands of Worthy, almost picked off. But what a play that could have been.
Kwani is there to kind of, I don't know if he bothered the pass or he kind of got in the way, and Ashanti just lost track of the ball for that split second. That looked like a touchdown.
I have a question. Is making Kwani Morgan this important on both sides of the ball going to eventually hurt them? Or is he so far proven that he's just that guy and he has to be out there for the defense?
Based off of history, I always say when you overplay anyone, you run the risk of him running out of energy. It's 4 quarters, not 2.
This is their last attempt if they lose.
Second down, it looked
Might
like
as
this.
well.
Someone jumped. Codrington
Free
making
play.
a free pass here. He gets the first down, a player down on the field.
Jay Rolla was chasing him down with a vengeance.
It looks like Jay Rolla might have hurt himself on that play, and it looks like that flag was on the Animals.
Everything Jay Rolla
Offsides
looks
defense,
like.
so it's going to be declined. That's a free play. And you just see what both of these quarterbacks can do, but what Sterry Codrington probably excels at the most is when you break contain on that over-aggressive pass rush. And there's another free play should be. Sterry makes sure he gets the call from Will Franklin. This is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Codrington to
Movie.
Davis! Touchdown, BIC. And this one has turned into a gunfight at the OK Corral. Two of the highest scoring offenses in the league looking to fire it up. 28-22 your score.
BIC's not going to lay down whatsoever. It's not time to argue with the refs about this call and that call. Play the game, buddy.
And you got to love the attitude that we see with Sterry Codrington. He knows he can run the ball when he needs to, but he's been aggressive in the air. He's been throwing deep pass after deep pass after deep pass. And no disrespect to my guy, but when you got Quincy Davis on Wally Cleaver, you take advantage of that 1950s television matchup, because if it's going to be in black and white, I'm throwing to the guy in the mask.
I mean, but look how wide open he is the entire time. Sterry he's just telling
It's a free play.
They were
It's a free play.
Just get to the end zone, bro.
Jay Rolla didn't get off the field in time, so as a savvy veteran and one of the most intelligent game managers in our league, Sterry Codrington knows once he sees the pineapple, the flag on the ground, he's taking a shot, and who better to take a shot to than Quincy Davis on the matchup that he's got. And it will be touchdown BIC.
So now these championship points become even more important.
Well, the more they score 8 instead of just the 6 or 7, the closer and closer that extra possession gets, because right now it's 28-22. They're going to go for 2 points from the 10-yard line, and if they do so, guys, it's 28-24. And if you get another touchdown from David Tender and the Animals and you don't convert, let's do the math, guys. 34? Well, 24 plus 8, I believe you're within 2 points after you make that, and then that whole touchdown advantage becomes only a 2-point lead. Now, there's a lot of football left to be played till we get to that point, but here's the extra point from the 10 for BIC.
Codrington going for 2. He slips through the defenders. Codrington caught, intercepted.
Wow.
That's Divine Epps. That won't count, and that will stop the play. Makes it 28-22, still a 6-point game. So the
Big
Animals
play there for the Animals to stop that.
That makes it dangerous.
And we could talk more about that in a second, but get loaded up for championship weekend by going to berserkathletics.com. Go to the official A7FL fan gear shop. Get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hat, get yourself an A7FL jersey, Corey Hammond, Big Rob jersey, or get yourself the Thick Boy Season or Huss Huss shirt. Scan the QR code now or go to berserkathletics.com. Rob, what are you hearing in the chat?
Chad is just as shocked as I am. A lot of pauses. They're saying Roller's from Trenton. Yeah, we know that. Jay Roller's a Trenton native. He played for BIC. We played some of those highlights earlier. But, again, BIC not scoring this championship point right now. Again, Kwani's the guy. Kwani is definitely the guy you want on this 3-on-1. I'm going to ask the same question. Do they need to score this one to force BIC's offense
well,
back
as great
out?
as Kwani Morgan has been on the 3-on-1 returns, credit
Cohen has been better.
Yeah, credit the 3-on-1 coverage team from BIC, and here's the throw from Isaac Gomez.
Gomez will get that one, and Morgan catches it on the fly.
He's going to Trey again.
Goes to Trey Cohen, and Cohen will not let him go down. He will take you off your centrifugal force, throw you off course.
And Kwani's not crazy. That's the play. You beat Trey, and it's 6.
Yeah.
But you have to beat Trey.
And the only way you can
movie.
conceivably do that is with your speed, with your strength and speed. But because of Trey's low center of gravity, you can't get underneath him.
Well, and he's not just putting his body on the line with a form. He's bringing every ounce of energy and effort into making contact as well. There's no shying away here in A7FL Northeast, A7FL New Jersey. And when Kwani Morgan is taking on a guy of Trey Cohen's size and being stonewall stopped on a 3-on-1, it just goes to show you the immense and elite toughness from the young man and new father, number 15 for BIC, Trey Cohen.
Trey Cohen not napping today, looking to make the most of this opportunity as they look to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals and a date with the Patterson U, the Silk City Animals.
I think whoever Slayerville 5 is, you must be bored or just got here because waiting for a game all day. I am far from upset that it's a game. I'm excited that it's a game.
And we are at the 2-minute warning after this play.
And it just goes to show you, I just read in the chat that Dan Giesling is missing this game. Someone him. Someone find him and tell him what's going on. He needs to see this.
They will run it back to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. We'll take a brief timeout on the other side of the 2-minute warning. We'll be giving you... We're taking a brief timeout. When we come back after the 2-minute warning, we'll have some more football for you. We'll finish the first half. It's the A7FL playoffs. David Tender on 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line after the 2-minute warning.
And they go with that seal and rollout again.
And that is Tender.
Ball's up in the air.
Intended for either Rios or it looked like Diaz. And it will be 3rd down.
They've been getting a lot of success by sealing the edge and getting David Tender out of the pocket.
It's a great game plan, if I'm being honest.
They go from the first down in which they went true, 4 offensive linemen, 2 eligible tight ends, to shifting the tight end position out. Looked like it was Kwani Morgan that time to seal Trey Robinson on the defensive right side edge.
Kwani Morgan the entire time.
You see Big Mook subbed in the defensive line. Tender has done everything that he's been asked to do by his team to give his receivers time downfield, keeping plays alive with guys draped off of him. But 3rd and 9,
Morgan in motion.
Got to find something here.
Tender throws it. That's to Ghost. Kwani Morgan stays upright, brought down. Huge tackle, 1st down.
And that was Mook, wasn't it?
It's Mook finishing up the play.
Holding on the offense.
Wow. Oh, no, and that's a great play from Tender to find the check down, because your best option a lot of times is giving a playmaker the ball in open space to see what he can do. And what he does is he finds, pretty good playmaker, Kwani Morgan, by himself in the flat, running out after the check down block. But when you hold and you lose that 10 yards and you lose that ability to say it's a 1st down.
And Joker's a vet, man. He got to know better than to get
I mean, listen, a lot of those holds are necessary to keep the play alive. But when you have a quarterback in Tender that has had guys draped over him and still made the play, you got to keep your hands out from getting handfuls of jersey. And now, what was a 1st and 10 for the Animals, with 1:43 left, which is plenty of time for the BIC offense, is now a 3rd and 20. And this might be the chance that BIC needed to see if they can get a chance at a lead in this game.
3rd and 20 in motion. Tender.
There's Dwan.
In trouble. Dwan Williams looking to set
Tender
something
finds
up.
a way away from it.
Finds a way out of the end zone.
How is he doing this?
Joker,
to John
run!
Kessler.
Run!
Kessler gets the first down. 90 seconds left to go in the half to get the first down back.
Manny Diaz is lost because he is wide open, and Joker steals another play, not on purpose this time. He just gets it thrown to him. But Manny Diaz is staring at the end zone with no defenders next to him. But I guess it's too much pressure, and DT felt like he couldn't make the throw.
Well, listen, let's get Manny Diaz a show in Vegas if he's going to be that kind of diva, because it was a third down conversion.
I'm not calling
and such a great play to find your check down as a quarterback.
Look, just take a look.
Just watch David Tender.
Okay.
I'll be quiet.
Okay.
This is quarterback in the A7FL.
Phenomenal. Able to get these guys moving. The line is coming back. He makes Big Mook miss, which is dangerous. Manny's right here. Manny is us. We're Manny. Look, you see, he's right there by himself.
He might have not trusted because was Sayer on that? I saw two blue jerseys out of frame.
Listen, you could question whether that's a touchdown or not.
Take a look. There's the pressure.
All right.
There's the pressure. He gets out of there from Dwan. He makes
Impossible,
Big Mook
by
miss.
the way.
And take a look.
Forces the defense to converge.
No one's there. No one's there.
And what if he misses? And what if he misses the throw?
Covering. I mean,
what if he misses the throw?
You're right.
He is running for his life.
Right.
He's running out of his Gatorade meter, and he finds a reliable target on 3rd and 20, converts it, gets the first down. Manny Diaz, great game so far. But this is not Vegas. You do not have a show. You are not a diva. You are not a singer.
I understand.
Matt Ryan is the only one allowed to do Adele in the A7FL.
Claim you understand the frustration. That's
no,
all.
I don't. Get back in the huddle. You got a chance right now to go head top on H3. And if I'm David Tender, I might be taking a shot.
28-22, Tender throws it deep. Ooh. That is intercepted.
Sayer
Hancock will get the interception. That was intended for Rios, and that's Sayer Hancock looking to put 6 on the board. Sayer Hancock.
Hold on to the ball. They're ripping at it.
Trying to get the ball out, but the BIC wastes a lot of time.
Here's where this play went wrong. It's not on David Tender. He's been doing this with every single receiver, every single play that he's faced pressure. He's trusting his receiver to continue on in the route and not break the route, and he puts a touch pass, maybe a behind pass for the receiver to adjust to. His receiver in the route breaks from his route.
The other direction, yeah.
Because this is a timing throw. He breaks from his route and runs away.
Yeah,
that's why he's not in the. He just kept to it. It would have been a jump ball like Manny Diaz and like Macho and like John Kessler have been able to convert in this game. Credit Sayer Hancock for staying with the route, finding the ball, and making a play downfield. If he doesn't break that route, it's not on David Tender, my guy. It's on you.
The snap by Sterry.
Under
a minute. Codrington throws.
Kason Campbell.
Kason Campbell ties it up.
That.
28.
BIC.
That's all. Hey, man.
It's tie ball game, gentlemen.
BIC was never worried. I'm just saying.
And Chick is asking the U to speak up a little bit louder.
But here's the problem, guys. There's 49 seconds left. Quani Morgan gets the ball. Even though the BIC have the chance.
He'll give him great field position.
But this is who Sterry Codrington has been today. You got to love this Sterry Codrington. I got a receiver down the field who's going to make the play, and I'm going to trust him and throw a bullet. Sterry Codrington can score on almost every single play that he decides to run the ball because he's that talented as a runner. But when he is throwing the ball accurately and confidently like he is today, BIC's offense is almost impossible to stop.
28-28 your score. Going for the point after attempt. Codrington throws it to Isaac Gomez.
Joker.
Gomez will run on in, and it's 30-28 at 49
and that's a huge 2 points. They go with the jet action to set up the quick screen. And a quick screen, once again, is executed with great blocking from the wide receivers in front.
28-30, the BIC take the lead back in this game. The Animals have led for the majority of the contest, got the ball first. The BIC will get the ball at the half, but now, Rob, the Animals will get a chance on the 3-on-1 throw-off to score on an untimed down, and it will be Quani Morgan returning it.
Quani might have to change his tactics here.
Well, it's Ashanti Worthy that's throwing it off.
Shanti Worthy throwing it off. If you want more highlights, scores, and more, go to our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and more, and it'll be Quani Morgan returning it off his hands. Live ball. Morgan will dive on it, And it seems like now the BIC have regained the momentum of this game as the storm clouds are gathering in Asbury Park.
Well, you see what Kwani Morgan was trying there. He tried to catch it with a running start. The way that the ball was hanging a little bit in the air made it a little bit of an awkward catch. He muffs it, but he has the presence of mind to get back and keep possession for his team. But with 49 seconds left in the half, this is a tough task for the Animals. And what they cannot do is turn the ball over here with a chance for BIC to return it. Because as much momentum as they had and as much game control as they have had this entire first half, right now it's dwindling down to a vague hope for the Animals. Because at least for the BIC offense, everything has been too easy.
On 1st and 10, the Animals.
Delay of game from the Animals.
And they will get 5 yards back on that. They will get sent to the 10-yard line. And right now, Corey, Rob, if you are the Silk City Animals, you're starting to feel a little bit of that pressure.
Honestly, because you were up by such a comfortable lead. And all you had to do was score. Well, I'm saying like it's so easy,
yeah.
Right? Like all you had to do was score, guys, of course. But they couldn't get the job done. Now they're on the chase again. Game's still close.
Tender in trouble, throws, caught, and here comes an opportunity for the Animals. Sprints the screen and gets to the 31, stops the clock with 41 seconds left.
And he gets out of bounds, which is the most important part of that play. Tender with pressure in his face, looks like he is completely unfazed every single time. He's throwing on-time breaking routes with guys bearing down on him, looking to make his day miserable. The fact that he can keep his eyes downfield and keep his eyes on his receivers so consistently is what separates him from just guys who have the ability to just run around and throw a tight spiral. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in this league with that skill set. What they don't have is the vision, the courage, and the sheer just it factor from Mr. Marketability, M&M, David Tender.
And Tender talking with Kwani Morgan, the BIC defense, looking to load up here on 1st down. 2 wide receiver set. The snap, Tender steps up, throws it. Caught by Morgan.
Wow.
Kwani Morgan!
Wow.
Kwani Morgan pushes to the 40. He's out of play again, and the clock will stop.
Game-saving tackle again from Kason Campbell.
Ron Clark, I agree with you that the Animals haven't been able to stop BIC. But I mentioned that earlier in the broadcast, that it's not that they needed to stop BIC. They just needed BIC not to stop them.
Yep.
They had to score and continue to score because they don't have the deep. That's a phenomenal catch. They
It's
don't
an even
have the
better
defense.
throw, though, by the way. It's such a great throw.
Dave Valley's here.
Is he?
52.
Yikes. Go home, Dave.
Well, and that'll matter when this game gets into the 4th quarter, because if BIC decides to run the ball, they're going to be able to with that man out there.
No, it's going to matter right now because Dave Valley is going in at nose guard, and no one is strong enough to block that man. Good luck,
This is
going
to be possibly the most interesting matchup of the afternoon so far. It's going to be David Tender against Dave Valley, basically straight up.
Well, and David Tender's been stepping up in the pocket. You see he goes with the jump throw there. But his eyes, guys, are always down the field on his receivers, looking for the best opportunity to get yardage. And Kwani Morgan runs a short route. That's basically a shallow or a slant or whatever you want to call it. The difference in catching it and getting tackled immediately and getting the chunk yardage that they were able to get on that play and even get out of bounds was the placement. That ball was perfectly thrown in the catching distance for Kwani Morgan to catch it on the run, and that's the difference between yards after the catch and an immediate tackle on this great play from David Tender.
Dave Valley's in. I don't know if any of this is going to matter anymore. Let's see what he does.
Well, the last time we saw Dave Valley against the Animals, he was doing crossover moves, running down the field, even though it didn't count.
Tender and Morgan set up behind the center.
37 seconds left in the half is plenty of time for this Animals team.
In trouble, the throw caught by Macho.
Goodness.
Macho, big man. The thick boy season continues. There's no timeouts left for the Animals. They have to keep the clock moving. 25 seconds. They have to get up to the line, spike it, or run a play. Tender on 1st down. Tender will keep it. David Tender.
He goes with the Dan Marino fake spike.
Morgan can't hold on.
Interception. Sayer Hancock
steals it from Kwani Morgan.
Oh my God! What a game! What a play from Sayer Hancock. He's been back and forth, up and down all game. He's been unleashed now. What a phenomenal
And the interception for a touchdown that he dropped earlier, he has made up more so with 2 picks in his first half. Let's watch the replay because David Tender went with the Dan Marino fake spike and go. Kwani Morgan comes up with that play so often. I'm giving it to I never give it to the defense. That's definitely a catch. Let's watch this replay.
Corey, you say everything's a catch.
This is a perfectly placed ball, by the way, too.
Great.
And Tender versus Hancock could be player of the game conversation right now.
Listen, if he has the
if
1
it's
foot
1
in,
foot, that's all that matters.
that's what matters. But does he have possession of the ball? It looks like he does.
It's a 50-50 ball until he's out of bounds.
I don't know.
He has
Flag on the field, and it looks like that's on John Kessler of the Animals.
Why?
The call on the field is important, gentlemen, because it has to be conclusive evidence to overturn it. And the Animals, they know what it's like to be on the wrong side of a replay, unfortunately. Now, I think that this replay is going to be a tough call for the referees. And it's one of those bang-bang plays that, depending on the call on the field, is likely going to be the default, gentlemen. Because if they say
it's being reviewed right now,
but if they say that the call on the field is interception, what we have to see is irrefutable proof that it's not an interception.
Yeah.
Take a look.
So
is it irrefutable?
He gains possession slightly after he's out of bounds. But if the ball's in his hands secured here, he has it. And that's 2 feet.
It's a 50-50
Here's
ball,
the thing.
though. You could call that a 50-50 ball.
You could separate the chat, who right now is probably ganging up on whatever side that they think. But if you polled individual people watching this at home without any influence whatsoever, I think 50% would say that it's an interception, 50% would say it's an incompletion. That's how tight this call is. And if you're the refs, I don't know what you say.
I don't think that's a catch.
He has both feet in.
But if it is,
but he's battling for the ball. That's
but if
not
it's
so he gets here.
But if it's ruled an interception, what we're looking at is not to see if it's a catch or not. If there's proof that it is not an interception.
But that's what's the catch?
No, because if he's contesting the ball.
If the ball's in his fingertips for both hands, is that possession?
But no one had possession right there.
But then if no one had possession, then it's incomplete.
I think it's an interception.
I think it's an interception.
Call on the field saying it is an interception.
Okay.
It looks like he has control of the ball in his hands for the split second while both of his feet are in, guys. So that's what I think.
Sayer, and the BIC will get the ball back. Both sides will dap each other up and set things back up as the Animals in the BIC.
Now, as much of a downer as that is for the Animals and the Animals fan and Dan Giesling personally, the game is 30-28 with 8.9 seconds left in the half.
The BIC has the ball.
This is not a game that you now let that play dictate what happens next. The Animals have to take this outcome for what it is. An interception. It was an opportunity for Kwani Morgan to steal the ball because it's right there for him too. Credit Sayer Hancock, a former Animal, making a play. And after the penalty, BIC has the ball on their 35-yard line with, guys, I would say enough time to score if you're BIC.
And timeouts. They have 2 timeouts. So
they've got 2 max plays.
The BIC can do 2.
And if you're going to play this prevent defense that it looks like the Animals are going to come out with, they might go quick screen to the top of your screen in Kason Campbell and just have him go out of bounds to get a closer shot for that deep pass. Now, they did go with the Baltimore special, but the Animals are all over it. But here's 1st and 10.
The snap, Codrington under pressure.
They're going for it all right now.
He's going to get on his bicycle. Codrington will be met at the 50. Clock continuing the run. They may just want to keep Kwani Morgan.
He stepped out of bounds.
And that play will be called.
No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds before the horn. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the clock here because you saw Spadola on the sideline saying that he stepped out of bounds before the pitch back. Why the whistle was blown because
that'd be with 1 second left. The BIC have another play.
That's a tough call.
This is a fast and loose play from a quarterback. He's lucky that he got out of bounds in time.
That interception's a really
here, guys. When he looks to pitch it, he makes this move and steps out of bounds right here.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Right
and that's
there.
when it was 1 second left on the clock. And that's why they blow the whistle. Now, if they don't blow a whistle, by the way, that's Ashante Worthy with the ball in his hands. He's likely taking that to the crib. But with 1 second left, last play and a half.
1 second, and there's
BIC.
the pressure.
Oh, wow.
Plays whistle dead. Plays whistle dead.
Plays whistle dead, so we're probably going to get a replay here. False start offense.
False start on because they
took off.
no one was ready.
Now, I don't know if that's going to be a clock runoff.
Well, how much clock is left?
1 second.
1 second. Tom Mascaro going out to Will Franklin to make sure that he knows the rules.
And we're waiting to see what the official call is, as this game is close. It is closer than we thought it would be. It's much tighter than we thought it would be. We thought that BIC would have the lead at half, but the Animals controlling the tempo.
I thought BIC was going to send them home early. That's what I was told.
We're live here on A7FL.TV. 1 actual second left in the first half. 30-28 your score. Matt, Rob, and Corey here with you. As we clear the consternation and conversation. And it was a flag on the offense. False start on the offense. It'll be a replay of first down. No time will be taken off the clock, so the BIC will get another attempt at it.
I think the ruling, guys, is that because the clock was stopped before the play was called, there is no runoff because it wasn't.
It didn't start.
The clock wasn't running, and that's why you do the runoff. The Animals are looking for clarification. Mark High is out there making sure that he's just being heard. You know, he just wants everyone to know what he's thinking.
Watch Valley out on the edge.
And Missile almost goes off.
Yeah, Missile almost launched early. The snap. Codrington in trouble.
He's got
will
to run
jog
now.
downfield. Codrington gets past the defender. The throw back, and that is out of play.
Ashante Worthy.
Misses Worthy, and that's the end of the first half. 1 half down, another half left to go. We'll take a brief timeout. (44-44), and if you are not on social media right now, letting people know what this game is, as we are edging closer to what might be the highest scoring game in A7FL history. The Animals look to shock the world and completely disrupt the timeline of the A7FL. A date with the Patterson U in 2 weeks' time, right back here, awaits the winner. David Tender out on the return team.
That might be a mistake.
To put it in his hands.
We saw that what happened with Huff, and that's Pack Money. Pack Money. Pack Money to the sideline. Pack Money. That man is brought down.
Yikes!
At the 37-yard line.
Guys,
Is there anything Tender can't do?
Hold on, guys. I poked my head out there real quick just to catch the atmosphere of the game.
Yeah?
It's
Tell
intense
us.
out there. Sherrod Savance has made an observation that he thought he should share with me, and I want to share with you guys.
Share it with the
He feels as though the reason why the game is this close is that the Animals want it more.
I think that they
BIC
absolutely, with this
has
second
been here
chance, this
before.
second opportunity, they do want it.
Is this the UBIC all over again?
I don't know what this is.
The BIC finally have their own
I can tell you what this is, but people are going to judge me for it.
What is it?
This is when the BIC is as dominant as they are, the U's as dominant as they are, then the Chiefs sneak in. There's always that third team.
Well, there's always next year.
True.
44-44. Codrington.
Check out
Loading.
Quincy.
False start.
False start on the offense. Not what you want after that.
And this is what I was saying before the break. BIC has to play perfect. Because apparently David Tender could score when he feels like it, which is getting kind of scary. But BIC has to play perfect. They cannot afford any mistakes.
Are we sure?
They must score on every single drive moving forward.
Are we sure that David Tender doesn't have the red Infinity Stone? Because he is warping reality on every single play.
Like Jiren and like hitting the time skip.
Oh,
Can you tell that I'm watching the Tournament of Power?
I can tell.
The screen, Codrington on
good
first
box.
down to thw. And that is Kason Campbell wide open.
Ooh.
He's still up. He's still up.
That man has got
That's the
viral
blockers.
before. He almost tossed it back to Dave Valley! And does not get the same amount of yardage that he would have had initially, but gets enough for the first down and tries to demoralize the Animals'
Definitely
defense.
Wake up. Uh-oh, Dave. Uh-oh, Dave. Let's relax.
Well, and what's
Don't step to Dave Valley is the lesson we are all learning here today. Quani Morgan on the day, 5 receptions, 135 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 3 rushes for 67 yards, 7 returns, 160 yards, 1 return touchdown. So he has 4 touchdowns today.
And I'm going to credit Cole Gardella on this joke.
Yeah, Cole Gardella putting all that together.
And on this joke as well. Not only has he been quality today, but he has been quantity. Quantity Morgan putting up the numbers, huh?
Okay.
I liked it better in my head before I did
I'll
it.
shake your hand.
chuckle.
I'll shake
I
your hand.
I'm sorry, Cole.
That earns like
Cole.
1940 senators meeting and like at a photo op. The snap by Codrington. Codrington under pressure. Pushing
Jay
down
Rolla.
on him. Jay Rolla coming at him.
Oh.
Incomplete, and that's a flag.
Nah, that's not a flag.
That's
It's
a
not
tough
a flag.
play, and it's
And
It's
Worthy
not a
is
flag.
hurt.
I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's not a flag. I don't like it, though. I don't like it. I do not like it, but it's not a flag. Gosh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
Loaded tackle. Not a fan of that.
Not at all, nah.
Now, if the ball is well placed, Divine Epps has to make that same play on a playmaker like Ashanti Worthy, and he
Rolla
has
is
to.
putting pressure on Sterry, forcing him to roll out.
Yeah,
and throw on that side.
honestly,
Take a
look, if you can't see him in screen, we give him a lot of flack, but Wally Cleaver is the one who has good coverage on Ashanti Worthy, which is why he can't get it to him.
Ooh,
And
yeah, that's not illegal, but
because it's the ball is shielded by the body of Ashanti
so
Worthy,
he
so
can't
Divine
see.
Epps, who knows who Ashanti Worthy can be when he catches it,
You have
has to play
dang,
through
I
the
don't- I
ball.
don't like the play, though.
But it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I don't like the play.
Hopefully, Ashanti Worthy's fine on that. He's
fine.
still
He's
in
on
the
field.
game.
He's on the field.
snap. Codrington on 2nd down.
Oh, wow.
He's got too much
Codrington.
space.
Wow.
Here comes Jay
Wow.
Rolla.
Whoa!
Codrington is down.
Rolla and Ray.
They just went around Dave Valley. They just went around Valley. They went every single place Dave Valley
Wow.
wasn't.
Well, and they originally only rushed 2 guys, so that's why the delayed
You
rush.
sure?
Yeah, if you watch
Time out, BIC.
Wow.
if you
bro.
watch the replay on that, they only
take a
sent
look at
2
it.
guys originally. So
Guys.
the defensive line kind of spreads out the offensive line with only the 2 rushers.
Take a look, take a
it's
look.
the delayed
There's a
blitz
delayed
from
he's-
Jay Rolla, who's just standing back waiting.
It's not necessarily delayed. He's
Yeah.
attacking off the run. It has to be a scheme that way.
But you see,
They're sending someone outside that's in front of the receiver to blitz as the end instead of lining you up in front of Dave Valley, because who the heck wants to do that?
Yeah,
right?
nobody.
So I don't know. That's tough.
well, and what you have to do there, if you're Sterry Codrington with your skill set, is instead of looking downfield to do the kill shot, which has worked a lot today, what you have to go for is to explode, take the yardage that they're giving you, because there was nothing but green in front of him if he decided to run. That delayed from Jason Reeves, Jay Rolla, was really the best thing that could have happened for the Animals, because when Sterry stepped up in the
'Cause
pocket,
Sterry's-
he's stepping up into Jay Rolla.
In Sterry's skill set, when he's running out of the backfield, he slow plays it because he knows he's fast enough to do it. But if you're able to close that distance before he turns the jets on, as you can see, this is the 2nd time he's been caught doing that.
And when you step up into the pocket as a quarterback, you're in a standing position. You're not in that forward running position, so it's harder to make those lateral moves to get side to side, especially when you have 2 rushers closing in.
Rob, you know Kenny Stansberry better than almost anyone on the planet. What's in his mind right now? What is he trying to figure out?
He's poised, and he's like, nah, BIC's going to win. It's just we got to stop doing stupid S word. You know what I'm saying? That's Kenny Stansberry's mindset right now. We just got to stop doing the stupid stuff.
Codrington, the
And Asante
Worthy touchdown.
Easy money. Easy money.
Like
I
Rodney
said,
Dangerfield and Joe Pesci in the 80s. Easy money, touchdown BIC. They take the lead back by force. This is a long way to go. We've had 3 touchdowns in less than 5 minutes of game time.
It's been nasty in this 3rd quarter. This 3rd quarter, you can actually isolate it by itself and watch all the crazy things that happen just in this 3rd quarter.
And this 3rd quarter hasn't even been 5 minutes in,
It
guys.
hasn't. It was 28 to what is it?
28 to 30 when it started.
Now it's
BIC has
50 to
scored
44.
20, and the
In
Animals
less than 5
have scored
minutes?
16.
Great catch. Great throw, great catch. But that's what you expect from Sterry and Ashanti. But again, they have to be perfect here. They have to score.
But
they have to
so
get
do
it
the
going.
Animals, because you can see the Animals' defense at times has made a play or two here and there, but they don't have enough to keep up with this BIC offense, at least as of yet.
So? They've been matching point for point.
No, their offense does. I'm saying the Animals' defense right now, they need to make a stop. Do you trust the BIC defense to make a stop before the Animals? Because one or the other is going to have to happen.
Codrington on the two-point attempt.
Or no, here it goes.
Codrington, incomplete.
And there's 6 wearing number 7.
And LaPena getting hemmed up by Dave Valley.
Because the question everybody's going to keep asking is, okay, sure, yes, BIC is going to score, but they can't make a mistake. Whether it's if it's the other defense making them make the mistake, or they just make the mistake, that's dangerous for them. Right now, the way the Animals are playing, the spirits, the football gods are on their side. They're doing everything, and everything seems to be working. That's scary.
It's going to come down to who can lock in and go the extra mile. Go the extra mile in your natural hair care journey by joining us at Loctician. Scan the QR code now or go to Locticians.com to find a Loctician or natural hair care professional in your area. Locticians, do right by your hair. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond.
No, I'm sorry, I just read Worthy is low-key what's 4.2 speed is low-key fast?
Who's low-key anything about Ashanti Worthy? His name is Hollywood. Nothing about his game is low-key.
That will bounce. Morgan will be met by the similar
no,
Quani Morgan.
There's no way.
No way.
There's
back
no way.
Back. Quani Morgan.
Cohen, come on. There's no way.
Quani Morgan checked out at the 12.
And he changes up. Oh, that's not a good thing to see. Hopefully he gets back up.
But he changes up.
Listen, he changes up his strategy on that 3-on-1. Instead of going at Trey Cohen, he attacks our guy Isaac Gomez. Somebody calls him Ice Spice. It's not me. But look, he makes him turn his entire body around.
He has no help.
And
Trey Cohen.
Listen, Trey Cohen is that man. Catches him, doesn't make the tackle. But his legs hit him on the way down.
It might have just jammed his hamstring.
I've seen his calf tighten.
That may not.
And they carry him off the sideline.
In
That's
this
the thing.
weather, a situation like that, it may not be that bad.
Well, and you talk about BIC having to be perfect and what they need. The only thing that the Animals couldn't have happen is one of the guys that have been carrying them to not be able to carry them anymore.
Bobby Newman saying, that man ran 1,500 yards already today.
Off that spin, when he spins off of the tackle from Trey, he bounces.
And Trey Robinson, a name that we talked about in the pregame show, but not been mentioned a lot today, has not been a key factor. Macho will be an eligible receiver. And now
they're going to have Jay Rolla at running back. We'll see if they go with him.
Down 6.
Oh, my goodness.
The throw. Macho, the flag on the field. Macho will get to the 5.
And there's a flag. They're going to call holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense, so it'll be first down. A replay of first down.
Yeah, there's also a guy that's well over 310, 15 yards downfield on what looked to be a run play to start. So I'm not sure if they are just letting that one go because of the hold.
Who, Roller?
No, it was the guy in the middle, the center. I don't know his name.
Yeah, it looks like we have another player down on the field, and that's LaPena. That is Macho.
Both of these teams here have been fighting, but the Animals have been fighting with all they got.
The Animals have been fighting. 10-10 left to go on the clock. We'll give you more news, more info after this. The BIC with the lead, but Silk City knocking on the door. Can this frenetic pace continue? We find out as the sun sets in Asbury Park. With Pac Money returning the ball.
And they'll go back to Divine Epps instead of David Tender. He's just got to get it out there.
And that one will get to the 25.
No, it doesn't.
No, it bounced at the 26, so Pac Money will get the dead ball run. But a lot of speed out there for the Animals to hopefully get the stop. And if you're a Silk City fan,
it just goes to show you the value of guys like Carlos Crosland, guys that you see, down in, down out for BIC throwing it that distance, whether it's Trey Robinson or Dwan or Ashanti Worthy. You got to get the ball the requisite amount of yardage, because not only is that a huge play right now because it's going to give Pac Money, a dangerous returner who already has a 3-on-1 return in this game, an opportunity with a running start, But Matt mentioned it before. As close as this game is, the get back might be huge in today's fourth quarter.
For both teams.
And we'll explain that after this runoff. Here's Pack.
They will meet Pack earlier. They usually let him wait until the 50. Marcellus Pack pushed out a play at the 41.
Wow. We've seen a lot of speed in today's games. Pack money is up there with maybe step for step with Sterry Codrington, Ashanti Worthy, enter Florida guy here. But credit the Animals for making sure it didn't end up in points. But their defense is going to have to eventually make a stop. And with the ball game tied at 50.
Did you guys think we would get to 50-50?
No.
No way.
Not at all.
No.
Here's Gomez.
Isaac Gomez, first time touching the ball today. Flag.
Oh, yeah, nah. I didn't like that tackle either. Anyway, yeah.
And it looked like man on the tackle. So
yeah, that's like
trying to argue his case to Ryan Spadola, but Spadola not having any of that.
That's a good call. That's a good call by the ref.
But that's the ability that BIC has. All game, they've gotten everything they wanted in the air. And whether it's been Sterry Codrington taking advantage of running the ball or throwing a wide open wide receivers down the field, that spread offense has been almost impossible to stop. But now Dave Valley's in, he's pulling, and Isaac Gomez gets the easy first down conversion.
And it was an illegal tackle. That's the official call. Right. So I believe
with
that's a 15-yarder?
Extra 15 yards tacked onto that carry. And just like that, no time really even off the clock after the touchdown from the Animals, and BIC is knocking at the door at the 27-yard line.
And if you are a part of this right now, if you're loving this game, share this with your friend. If you're watching us on YouTube, Caffeine, or anywhere in the world, Isaac Gomez will get the ball again. Big block by Dave Valley, and Gomez will get a moderate gain. That'll be enough for maybe 4 or 5 yards. That'll be second down, but the BIC continuing to drive.
That's a great tackle from Missile. Again, pregame we were spotlighting him and just showing you how big of a difference he makes in his open field tackle ability for the Animals. Not a better tackle you can make on the edge with a guy like Dave Valley in front of you blocking. Look at this play.
Nasty on a hold right there. Not even on Dave Valley. J. Roller gets held like absurdly there. They don't call
you said
that,
it.
But hey, it is what it is, right?
That's OL on OL crime right there. Big Rob calling him out.
Snap.
Have to.
Codrington.
Plenty
in
of time.
trouble. He will set down to the sideline. Sterry Codrington will walk this one. He hits the LT marker, 56-50, and there's 8:37 left in the third.
And he can't make it look any easier than that, Corey Hammond, because that's what Sterry's really, 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 really good at. Throwing and running the ball.
And that's the thing. They had to cover the receivers downfield because he's been so aggressive in the air that you can't leave Kason Campbell or Ashanti Worthy opening for even a second.
Not at all.
So as soon as he breaks contain, it's almost a fait accompli that he's getting in the end zone. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage right here, it's over.
No comment. If you seen it, you seen it. If you didn't, you didn't. I know they didn't see it.
If you know, you know. And I know that when Sterry Codrington takes off,
great block, Trey Coleman,
and the wide receivers are committed to blocking, it's going to be 6 for BIC.
And all I'm saying is, that's what I had mentioned earlier. I said, okay, they're calling holding. Let's hope they call it fair on both sides. But, hey, they can't catch everything, right?
Going for 2 from the 10. Throws back to Ashanti. He can still throw it forward. Wide open.
58-50, not what you want.
Championship points converted, guys.
If you are the Silk City Animals, you are not happy, but there is an opportunity for them to score on the 3-on-1 throw-off, and walking back to the field.
There's no way.
Back to return it is Kwani Morgan.
Then it was his calf. He probably cramped up off the spin.
Listen,
it was his calf.
If they lose, they're going home anyway. No reason to leave anything in the tank here. Kwani Morgan equals football player.
And if you want to get the kind of highlights we're going to pull from the interactive AI tool, you can see what we do with it at A7FL.tv. But if you want to monetize your content and take it to the next level, like Ashanti Worthy's about to do to Kwani Morgan on this throw-off, scan the QR code now from our partners over at Scene.
Now they're being smart about it. They're putting speed up there because even if he gets past you, we might be able to catch him.
And that's a high arcing ball, and that one will not go on the fly to the 25, and it will be first down. Over 1,200 yards so far in this game. combined between returning, rushing, and passing yards, only 22 points away from the A7FL modern scoring record.
The chat is going crazy. Someone said they hold more than me holding my baby, and that is insane.
Hey,
Kwani Morgan looking to swaddle the football.
And it's interesting, they take out Isaac Gomez and they replace him with Tano on that other side.
And Ashante Worthy will get in on the tackle at the 50. Not a bad return, not where you want to be if you're Morgan. You want to put 6 on the board, but
Tamano's a short tackle.
A lot of football left to go in this one.
Well, and as effective as the Animals' offense so far, they're asking the same guys down in, down out to give it everything they've got. And they still got plenty left in the tank. This game is far from over. But as easy as BIC makes it look, you got to look at the body language from the Animals, and they're looking at David Tender and Kwani Morgan to make the plays for them. They've made them so far. 1st and 10. Let's see if they can do it again.
There you see see Diaz at the bottom of your screen. Morgan, throw it by. That's a catch!
Whoa!
Tender makes that throw, and Sire Hancock gets beaten. 1st down, Silk City.
Wow,
is he beaten, or is that just a absolute dime, an absolute bullet, and a great one-handed catch in
and
coverage?
There was a flag on the BIC that was declined by the Animals.
Oh, wow.
Moving your feet, rolling to your left, throwing with a off-balance platform. David Tender, it may be better than anyone in this league except for Quattro Huffin. His legs are crossed. He throws an absolute bullet pass.
Sheesh.
I'm jealous, guys. I'm certainly jealous.
I'm jealous, guys, is crazy. I mean, he's playing.
He is stepping up every single opportunity that they're giving him, and these are not easy opportunities. And he's making the play almost every single time.
The throw, Tender in trouble.
And there's Trey Robinson.
Pushes
somehow
Tender cuts inside. Touchdown Animals, 56-58.
It is as if he is grittying the entire length of the field.
Is he really Thanos?
He must be.
Bro, no. Bro, the chink in the armor after a game like this is not something you could just wash off.
What is happening?
He pushes Trey Robinson off. Robinson looking for something.
Great block on Sire right here, and he realizes he has it. Olay misses. What? Yeah, Tender's the future, bro. Look at the Trey Robinson. I can't believe this happened to Trey. Wow. Olay.
The reality stone in full effect.
Bro. And watch. Being able to know, okay, I can cut in now.
There's no flags here. And then he just walks it in, man.
That's cold.
It's as if, guys, he gritted the entire
field.
Going
for 2 to tie it.
Which is something he's already done in the season.
Tender in trouble. Tender throws it.
What?
Caught off the hands, incomplete.
That was a big drop.
Keep the lead.
Good job by H. Street Fraser. You don't know how important those points can end up being because we are watching the UBIC levels of game.
58-56 with just over 21 minutes of football left. If you don't tell somebody that this is one of the most bonkers football games you've ever seen, what's wrong with you? Head on over to social media, share the link on YouTube, tell a cousin, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell your mama. The A7FL playoffs continues after this. I'm Matt, that's Rob and Corey, and we're glad you were able to listen to that on YouTube.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Milk.
Just us being excited and having a legitimate conversation as Shante Worthy with the ball.
Uh-oh.
Cuts through and he's brought down at the 46.
That's a great play. That's a great play. I thought he would go for the outside edge when he cut back to the right. He tried to snake in the middle.
Hey, Dub.
That's a great open field tackle.
Hey, Dub Alvarez, I'm being honest, bro. This is a phenomenal game. Honestly, this is a phenomenal game. I'm in shock.
Well, it's a 2-point game a one-score game, and if BIC goes down the field and scores 8, they'll push it back to a 2-score game. So those championship points, gentlemen, are going to be huge. But again, in that run formation, and it's pack money in the backfield. And they'll hand it off to him. Pack money cuts it back. Missile misses the tackle.
There's a
flag. I think they're going to call a hold, but credit the Animals defense all over pack money on the run. Wow. Let's see what the call is on the field.
And honestly, someone said it in the chat, bro, whether you're a BIC fan, an Animals fan, if you're not a fan of David Tender, you're a hater. You're a hater for sure.
You are a hater, or you're jealous like me. Or you're jealous. It's called envy. It's a deadly sin.
David
and
Tender,
don't fall for it.
He's what we've been asking for in new players in this league. First things first, don't go play for BIC. That's one. 2, be able to compete against
What happened
them.
to we, Rob, with BIC? What happened to we?
You guys make that
You're
up
telling
in your
them not
heads.
to go there now?
No,
the penalty is
offsides
on the defense. Free play, but they'll go back to 1st and 5. And again, they go in that formation. The tight end, Dave Valley, kind of set back, almost like an H-back.
Watch the pressure here. The snap, the handoff, and that's Codrington keeping it. Codrington
block.
They're already setting up the block, and he'll be pulled out of play at the 40. That's an extra 5 yards for Codrington, as it will be first down.
And
BIC.
I don't want to dry snitch on anybody over here, but at the bottom sideline of your screen, just off the screen, you see Dave Valley walking back there.
What happened?
I don't know. It involved Dave Valley and Jay Rolla.
Pointing it out like
and
something
listen,
happened.
if you ask Jay Rolla later, I'm sure he's going to tell you how it went down, but it might be a false recollection of the events. But it's 1st and 10 for BIC. Here's pack money.
It's a pack.
And
wow, the turf monster got him.
The Caddyshack groundhog gets the turf, and it will be 2nd down. And in the chat real quick, how do you become a team owner? Go to a7fl.com/owners. That's a7fl.com/owners. And Stoughton Stevenson asking about, we've given flowers to the Fall Brawl Championships the last couple of years, the National Championship. We've seen some really exciting West Coast games where it's been high scoring. But the current high score record, a game that has left the intensity of this
Just
one.
watch great football and just not complain for a half second, maybe. I don't know.
2nd down with Robinson set up in the backfield.
Watch Quincy.
Codrington. He hands it off to Trey Robinson. Trey Robinson!
There you go. There's Vegas.
Gets the first down, brought down at the 21.
There you go, Stone Stevenson.
Can we talk about New Jersey and forget everybody else? Gosh.
No, they're the ones in the chat.
Don't
instigating.
respond.
Fair.
Yeah, that's Sugar Ray. Jaquan Mason in the chat on the check-in. That's definitely Sugar Ray. Actually out there making a couple of plays.
Sugar Trey.
Sugar Trey, okay.
Sugar Trey Robinson.
Sugar Ray.
I know who you're talking about.
Why do you have to do this?
Because I skew offense. I'm not talking about the defender.
Jay Roller looks exhausted. But again, like I was saying, to make this league more fun and more competitive, don't just go join the championship team. Go make a name for yourself, like David Tender is doing right here on a team like the Animals, who before this season and last season, people didn't even give a second chance to. And with this second chance, they've already made a name for themselves this year, this season.
That was the one thing I was concerned about when the Animals were back into the playoffs, was would this be a situation where a blowout loss to the BIC is what we remember them by?
That's what BIC was saying, and I agreed with them. I'm not going to even sit here and lie. I thought BIC was going to be home by now. I thought we were going to be on our way home.
Well, the last time we saw these two teams play, the biggest difference was David Tender wasn't here. Everybody else was. David Tender is that big of a difference. And right now it's 58-56, even though 2nd and 10, BIC driving.
The handoff,
play action.
Ooh, that play action's clean. That play action's clean.
Look at that.
That orchestrating the offense
oh
to
my
the end
goodness.
zone.
Oh my
Touchdown.
goodness. Codrington, bro.
Sterry Codrington is not going to allow anyone to upstage him on his field. 64-56.
And if we run that back, Ashanti Worthy is wide open from the beginning of the play. Right. And that was, what, 17 seconds later he catches the touchdown? Look at this play action. If we go back to the replay, the play action is absolutely filthy.
Sterry's not human, bro.
Look at the play action. It's absolutely filthy here, and nobody thinks that it's a pass. Everybody's looking at Trey Robinson, and right now, Ashanti Worthy is so wide open.
Look at
Derek Codrington has to press the playmaker button.
What? Dave Valley was looking like that.
In the chat, someone is asking, you guys had Huff for MVP last year after what he did on the Animals.
Wait, what's the comparison?
About David Tender.
Yeah, but it's a complete listen, it's a complete season trophy. It's not just the one performance, the two performances.
That's not even bite. Dave Tender is clear-cut, almost clear-cut Rookie of the Year. There's almost no question. So we're not talking MVP. Can't win both.
Snap and a throw back. Worthy.
Oh, these 2 points
just
are
runs
huge.
the entire length of the field, tosses
That's
it
a forward pass. He can't throw it.
Wait, what?
He can't throw it forward, but he can run it in.
Oh,
Two more points for them, and it is a 10-point game.
I'm not sure what the flags are, but
be broken for sure.
That 2-point conversion is so huge, guys, because it goes from an 8-point possession game.
Right.
If that 2-point counts, it's 10 points. The Animals cannot tie the game in one possession.
Yo, J-Roll is getting blocked with one hand.
Not according to him.
Okay.
And it looks like the score counts, but
no, it's going to be on BIC, according to Will Franklin.
I don't know if it was after the play or before.
Now, this is such an amazing play to keep the play alive. He throws it forward to Sterry Codrington, which means now you can't play the throw game, but Sterry Codrington is that good of a player that he gets it in, but the penalty.
Walking weapon.
The penalty keeps the Animals' chances of keeping this a one-score game alive.
They're replaying it from the 25-yard line.
Really?
And it looks like it was an illegal block in the back. So
and it's a spot foul. That's why it's usually I think it's a 10-yard penalty. It's a spot foul though. So where the ball?
Yeah,
it looked like it was on Jalen Crooms based on the face that he was making.
Right. Okay.
Jalen Crooms is just off your screen here. Yep.
Oh.
And it's almost a useless block. Here's the throw from Trey Robinson.
Robinson can't make the throw, so it is still 56-64.
Hey, Animals will take it.
I think Jalen bumped him into Valley, who then blocked him in the back.
Nah, they called it on Jalen.
That's interesting.
So with 4:25 left to go in the third quarter, your score is 64-56. Though the scoreboard isn't broken. Nothing is wrong. Everything you see is correct.
And David Packer, as someone from Vegas, I know you've seen games with no defense. Yeah, you're welcome for the offensive display for both of these teams here. But let's not get it twisted. There's some hitting going on down there as well.
Yeah.
They're not stopping these guys. These guys are scoring. But the Animals on that last drive, Rob, it's almost concerning to see how easy it was for Sterry Codrington to throw that touchdown pass. No pressure whatsoever. Great blocking.
That's Sterry.
And again, I'm jealous. Go ahead, Berserk.
And now the A7FL, that won't go the requisite distance. It'll be another returner out there. It looks like Missile will be out there.
That's Divine Epps.
Divine Epps, pardon me.
I'm sorry, Matt. You can Berserk it up. Berserk.com for some gear. I was talking over. I was getting too excited.
From the 25-yard line, 4:25 left to go. Divine Epps, one of the rare times we've seen him touch the ball today on a return, as Kwani Morgan has had himself one heck of an afternoon. Divine Epps gets past Trey Cohen, but brought down at the 45-yard line, loses one of his two hats, and it will be 1st and 10 for David Tender and the Animals.
That's why you wear the two headbands, because the other one becomes expendable at that point.
And in the chat, Dan Giesling.
There he is.
Time. 64-56 your score.
How could you, but to Rob's point earlier, how could you not watch the amazing performance from David Tender and not at least
and just to let everybody
have respect
know
for it?
Weather in the forecast. We are riding this. No commercials. No breaks.
Let's go.
We ain't stopping until we got a winner. Tender. 1st and 10. The snap. Throws it. Caught. What? Out of play. First down, Animals.
Nah, BIC's defensive back core is kind of getting cooked.
No, that's a dot and that's a catch.
Because they're good.
No quarterbacks are making that play with Psycho
making that play. Yeah,
screaming in like a lunatic, about to baptize David Tender.
Because H3 and those guys are really, really good, bro. Like, it's not this easy to throw on them. I don't understand how Tender's making it look so easy.
Because he's keeping his eyes downfield on the receivers no matter what is facing him. That's a bracket coverage. Mano's got the underneath. H3's got over the top.
They're playing it properly.
Finds the window. Tender.
Oh, my God.
Tender rolls out to his right. Tender caught.
What?
Quanny Morgan stays upright and gets brought down at the 10.
Oh, no, Sire. Come on, Sire. Get up. Get up, big fella. Come on.
Oh, he's all right. He's just a little. Yeah, he's just
All
got
right,
a little.
all right.
You don't want to see
Tender.
that happen in a game like this, especially with how Zaire has had some clutch moments.
No, Saire's been balling. I mean, he's been on the receiving end of some bad plays as well, but he's been detrimental. He's been
the degree in which those are bad plays and not great plays for the offense is arguable. But the 2 interceptions are really the only defensive plays that we've seen in general. We've seen a couple of sacks from each team. We see Olay Bell get a sack on Tender, but that's once again Tender running out of real estate, cornered at the sideline, dumps it off to Quanny Morgan for a first down.
110 points scored. First and goal. Oh, first and 10, pardon me.
He takes off.
Tender bounces off
God.
a blocker, and he
Juan
gains
gets him.
a yard or
Yikes.
two, and it will be second down. Tender, feeling a little tender as he gets helped up.
How is he finding the space? He should have been tackled immediately.
He's very elusive when he gets in that crowd. He's somehow
his
is
running
always
style and
ready
his
to
speed
pop
reminds
out.
me of that Vikings running back Robert Smith, where it looks like he's running in slow motion, but somehow he's faster than everybody else on the field. I don't know how many people are going to get that reference. Maybe I got to put money in the jar.
No, I remember because Maurice Jones-Drew had that bounce out ability. Like he gets in these tiny spaces where you think he's caught. He looks caught here. Then he bounces out like his side speed, and Dwan was just able to catch him there.
2nd and 9. Takes the
roll out.
toss.
Tender
Back out to the Fs.
Divine Fs. Touchdown, Silk City.
Man,
That'll be
we have
62.
ourselves a game.
And again, comes down to championship points to see if this is tied.
Every time, Corey. There's no game against 2 elite teams that doesn't come down to championship points. If
And
you mess around
how
and don't
big
do it,
of a play is
Man.
that early 3-on-1 throw-off in which the Animals returned? Because if it wasn't for that play, this isn't an even game.
Guys,
can you let
this is
Dan
the
know
score.
about Ghost, please? Because he's
Quanny
asking where's
Morgan
Ghost.
has gone
Oh my goodness.
off today.
Well, he also had that 1 3-on-1 return where he might have got a little bit banged up, but where is Ghost? All over the stat sheet, Dan.
He's insane
All
today.
over the stat sheet.
He might be
Going
play of the game.
for 2 to tie it, 64-62.
Look for Manny.
Tender.
Look for Manny Diaz.
Broke, and that one is in the
BIC.
dirt.
That's a penalty.
Good job by BIC.
How are they not throwing the flag on that?
job by
Because that.
BIC.
Listen, I never call for a late hit on the quarterback. That's about as late as I've ever seen.
Oh, Corey calling for a late hit. It must have happened. You never asked for it.
Never. I deny them when it's myself.
Ron says this is the most points BIC's defense has ever given up. This is a fact.
I think that is factual.
Ron, is this the best team BIC has played this year? I'm leaving. That's a question.
And right
Special
now,
offense?
both of these teams on defense and special teams need to tape those cleats up for the next 16 minutes and 33 seconds. If you're an athlete at any level, head to tapemeup.net or scan the QR code now. Scan that QR code now and get taped up by the best at Tape Me Up. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond, 64-62.
I can't believe this.
Is your score with 93 seconds left to go into third.
It's not even a fourth quarter.
It's an
not the
NCAA. This is March Madness scoring.
Yeah, it's basketball. It's going to be 102 to 104.
So
Who's
I
gonna
just- hold on,
have the
hold on,
104 is the
I
only question.
just got it confirmed from Cole. One more touchdown breaks the record.
Well, that's not going to happen. Sarcasm. Oh, my goodness. It might happen here.
It might happen right here.
Listen, this has been the one thing the Animals, other than maybe we could say their entire defensive scheme has not been working, but the Animals have struggled on this throw-off. They need to get it the requisite distance and make sure to force a return, but this one is
Picked
going to
up.
be pack
That's
money.
Marcellus Pack. screens through. Marcellus Pack spins back, spins forward. Brought down at the 43.
Hey, man.
Almost spent a moil on that one.
He might have just saved the TD just now. Yikes.
Had to hit him with that Goldberg. Just hit him with that quick hit quick.
So what happened? Okay, guys, do you remember earlier this year, Animals gave the U a run for their money?
Yes.
And we were kind of surprised and a little, it can't happen again. This is happening again.
No, this is not just fun.
For the
They're
third
close.
time. No, for the third time against top competition.
Yeah, watch
the Animals have put the top competition on their heels. Is this their DNA? Is this just how they are?
This might be it. They might
but
be
what
the
they
answer.
haven't done yet against those teams yet, Rob, is close.
Trey Robinson met by LaPena, and the Animals defense a gain of 2 on the play, second down.
That's it, LaPena. Say my name.
Wally and Miss Cleaver, stop playing with my boy, man. Good tackle.
And what you thought was going to be an easy run anytime the BIC decided to just run the ball behind Dave Valley. It has not been that.
No, it hasn't. Wow.
Missile is the only player I've seen all year that hasn't been blocked easily by Dave Valley.
Action. Codrington has nothing but green in front of him. Campbell sets the block, juts around, trying to get the ball out, but first down for the BIC. They'll mark it at the 39.
I'm scared. Sterry's hilarious, bro.
Speaking of easy.
What?
As the clock ticks down in this third quarter. It's interesting you said that, Rob, because the Animals' journey this season is tough win in week 1. Some might say, even though I was part of that game, some might say that could have been a loss from the Animals. They won it. And then they played the U, and they played tough. Here's 1st and 10.
And what might be one of the last plays of the third quarter, Trey Robinson, followed by Dave Valley.
Wow.
But Robinson goes away from the block, and there is a sea of Animals there.
But guess what? Missile being blocked the way he was blocked by Dave Valley allowed everyone to cut for the cutback, for everybody to make that play.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Missile's playing a heck of a game. Put
All
those
right,
fours
boys.
up.
Throw them 4s in the chat. Drop a
4s
4.
in the chat, man.
Hey, man, put it up for David Tender. Put that 4 up.
4s in the chat. Drop your predictions. Are we breaking the record? Are we breaking the record? Who's going to get one step closer to the celebration of 10 years of the A7FL? It's a homecoming, July 21st, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Use the code A7FL25. That's A7FL25 to get 25% off of tickets until Monday, June 24th. A7FL.com/championship. Join us for 10 years of the A7FL. Matt Ryan joined alongside Big Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond as a hot and sweltering day has turned into the potential torrential downfall for the Silk City Animals or the Trenton BIC.
Big 4s in the chat, baby. Big 4s in the chat. I see you guys. You either putting up that 4 for Tender, 4 for Quattro, or 4 for the fourth quarter. It's time.
$64-62.
Mark that. Justin R. says final score is 82-80. I'm going to remember that.
82-80
That's
is
not
a
far-fetched.
prediction.
It's not.
That's selling it short.
It's not
These teams scored 20 and 16 with less than 3 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Bro, this is insane.
This is the A7FL.
This is Dan Giesling's Animals.
Imagine Dan takes this team over and
The
what they
Geese.
could do.
Listen,
The Goslings.
David Tender.
The Silk City Goslings is insane.
What's Sterry Codrington's stat line? I know his numbers are insane right now.
He's up by 2 points is, I think, the only stat that he cares about. Here's Ashanti Worthy in the
Flag
backfield.
on the play, and that's a false start on the offense.
Ooh.
Shout out to Justin Dorea donating $1.99 out of the chat. Bobby was good. We're coming out of retirement.
Justin is underrated and he was a very tough guy. Very tough lineman.
And I think he's talking to Bobby Newman, who actually holds an A7FL record, guys. He's retired more times than any other player in the – shout-outs to my guy Bobby Newman. Of course. He once jumped over a guy, and that's a fact.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
It's one of the best highlights because of who he
down.
is. Ooh, that offensive line looks weird.
You see the shift in weather.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, it is. Getting
There's
scary
Ashanti
outside.
Worthy.
And Ashanti
He's
Worthy
caught by Jay
wrapped up
Roller.
by Jay Roller.
Wow. That's a class of errors. Asante Worthy and Jay Roller, and I'm in the booth retired? Yeah, I'm super good.
And I'm in the booth retired?
I'm good,
Welcome,
bro.
Rob.
I don't want to play
And I'm in the
more.
booth, and who knows what I am?
I don't know.
I'm a human.
You're retired, Corey.
Possibly some less doom
Can't
coming your
retire
way.
me, Rob.
Corey's retired.
If anybody's retiring me, it's one of those guys on that field. And since BIC didn't retire me last week,
Oh, my
or 2
goodness.
weeks ago, or however many weeks, I forgot because it was a rough game.
No, you just only exist when
Third
we're
and
here.
7.
3rd and 7.
Yikes.
Ball on the 36-yard
Okay.
line. Play action.
Oh, he's open.
Codrington calls
Missed him.
I thought he had it. The way
Missed
the angle, I
him.
thought he had
So
at
it
the
is
angle.
4th down. The BIC, I
is
believe,
not.
have not been stopped on offense today.
This is
They've
not.
been
No,
on
not yet.
4th down a few times, but they have to get 7 yards here.
The only quasi-stop the Animals got is when they got basically the 3-on-1 return when the ball bounced back into their hands. But with 4th and 7 staring BIC in the face, Sterry Codrington's got to be accurate if he throws the ball, and if he takes off, he better have the first down. Now, he's got tons
I
of
need
room
the-
on
I
this
need-
bottom
I need the-
sideline
I
with
need the
all
first
of
down.
3
I need the
receivers
first-
at
I
the
need
top
the
of your
first down.
screen, all of them covered by corners.
Let's go, Sterry. Come on, Sterry.
Looks like an easy first down if he takes off to the bottom of your screen.
4th and 7. Codrington snaps, immediately
Missile.
feels the pressure. Codrington will cut to the sideline. Codrington will fly
Jay
through.
Roller.
Jay Roller gets in on the tackle, but Codrington will get the first down at the 19. Pardon me, at the
Somebody saw something
16-yard
and
line.
mentioned it.
So-
I'll take credit.
What did you see? Oh, the left side? Of course.
And they actually did the called run play. They let the defensive left end coming from the right side of the offense rush free. And it goes to show you that when Sterry Codrington decides to, he's one of the most dangerous runners, period, full stop,
I'm
in
telling
this
you,
league.
I say it all the time. Hey, listen.
That sidearm go crazy, bro.
It does. But
Here it
man,
is. Watch.
An
at the
official's
legs.
timeout.
Look at the
Official
legs.
timeout.
And it's missile.
Look at the legs.
Great
Too shifty,
blocking.
Too shifty. Too shifty. Too shifty.
But Jay Rowland not giving up at all on
all,
that
no.
play.
Oh, he's
just
Jay
using
Rowland-
his own inertia to bring down Sterry
This game
Codrington.
has a lot of undertones. Sugar Ray, who you see is walking right next to Jay Roller, he used to be on BIC once upon a time. Jay Roller used to be on BIC. Before he was on BIC, he had a rival with BIC when he had his own team, Illuminati. There's a lot of history here between a couple of these guys. Not to mention David Tender,
Who
versus
doesn't
BIC
care
as well.
about history whatsoever. He's
Nah, but he
writing
has
his own.
He has his own beef with BIC.
Codrington, the snap, pressure,
Double move.
throw
my
to the end
goodness,
zone,
that's no way.
incomplete. It'll be second down.
Slant and go from Ashanti Worthy is crazy work. That's actually as great of coverage as you're going to see on the double
Honestly.
move. It's just a little bit overthrown from Sterry Codrington. You got to love that he's keeping it in the air.
Courage Mosey is in the chat and says, giving up 62 points to anyone, let alone the Animals, is beyond embarrassing. And someone follows up with a question and says, Courage, why you not there?
Great question.
That
good
would-
question.
that
Well,
might
it's only
solve
the
some of these
fourth. Guys,
problems.
it's only the fourth quarter. That's why Courage isn't
He's
here.
going to show up in a white Rolls Royce like Dion in his
If he
last day at
was here,
Florida
we would
State.
hear him from the sideline screaming at the defense, by the way.
for sure. You remember that.
It's a word that starts with H.
The throw. Codrington
Oh.
caught by Worthy. Worthy
It
gets
is.
past the defender.
Oh, my.
Gets
That's
the
actually a
first
great
down.
open field tackle.
Great open field tackle. Stopping Ashanti there is not easy.
Listen, the most underrated route in the history of the A7FL is that 8-yard stop. Ask Stone Stevenson, who might still be in the chat. Eric Shufford helped the Insomniacs last year win a championship on that big, easy play. Throw, catch, convert. But the thing about Ashanti Worthy is, and that's why it's a great play from the defense, is most of the times they run that play and he catches it, he shakes the man out of his shoes and it becomes a touchdown.
I think you run it here.
Well,
And
this
avoid
is
this guy
one
right
of the
here. Number
longest.
21 man. I think you avoid him at all costs. He gets weird game breaker powers at this point.
First and goal in motion. Codrington snaps. Pressure. Thrown. It's
No,
incomplete.
it looked like it hit the
Yikes.
ground. I'm going to call it. And
And a shot. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, no, he's hurt.
Oh no!
that's not good.
Looks like he hurt his thigh or something. His lower back,
Oh, that's not good.
his sciatic nerve area. Look at me trying to sound like a scientist. Oh, it looked like his hip or something.
We'll take a brief timeout. We will be back in 60 seconds. 64-62 is your score. We'll hope to have more after this.
Dang, bro.
Are they clearing the field? We're back live. Sorry, we're live here on A7FL.TV. Matt Ryan joined by Rob Fabian and Corey Hammond. We're trying to get an understanding of what's going on as Ashante Worthy was injured prior to our commercial break. We're not going to take commercial breaks for the rest of the game. But after a situation like that, we wanted to make sure that everything was okay and make sure he was okay.
Unfortunately, he didn't get up on his own power, but they're tending to him right now. Hopefully, in the next couple of minutes, we can see him walk in. Not like he can't walk.
Yeah.
But we can see him on his own power doing his thing and not in pain.
Well, it was such a weird play. Both of those guys are just really trying to make the play.
And the last few seasons, Ashante Worthy has come so close to playing almost injury pain-free. Last year, we saw
he had an ankle thing he was trying to recover from.
And the year before that, during the championship, there were times where it felt like his season might be in trouble.
But as we flash back to the field, it's 2nd and goal for BIC, and if the Animals were in need of making a stop, this is the time that they need to do it.
Second down, pardon me.
Umar Butter Lewis in the backfield.
Going for it from the 5. Ooh, and
Yikes.
And
not what you want if you are the BIC.
Start on BIC. If that was on the Animals, it's not as big of a deal because it's only half the distance to the goal. But going back, it's a full 5-yard penalty, and instead of being 2nd and goal from the 5, which the BIC in most instances could convert in 3 runs easily without even questioning it. Now, pushing them back, they might go into a pass play, and maybe Sterry misses. This is a good opportunity for the Animals as the clock continues to tick down. Guys, it's interesting. Even though this has been a quick drive, this is one of the longest drives that BIC has had the ball.
It's a very dangerous drive.
They had to go for it on the 4th down. They converted it on the Sterry Codrington run.
I'm getting PTSD.
And Rob is talking to the U below the shipping container about a game way back when. Ron Clerk will remember when the Chiefs.
Mason too.
When the Chiefs miraculously beat the heavily favored BIC on a Hail Mary pass. We're far from that because 64-62, 8:20 left. And here's
Codrington
keeping it.
Chased, touchdown.
Big touchdown. We needed that. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's the record.
Wow.
That's the record.
And when it looks like that on the board, 70-62. No, it is not Big Ten basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That is the A7FL quarterfinals here.
We're at 132. We need one more score to get to 138, which is the record. We are 6 points away.
No, they broke the record according to Cole.
130 was the record. We're on pace.
138 was the pace. They're ahead of even the pace that they said earlier.
We're ahead of the pace right now.
Yeah, we have officially had, this is officially the highest scoring game in A7FL history.
It's better than the one that broke the record because one team got blown out.
Yeah, it was 92-36. Good job. Good job, Sick with it, OTT. That's the matchup later today.
Oh, yikes. Revenge. Maybe
can Savion Cunningham and Sikwit get revenge? We'll find out at 11 p.m.
Here's
Eastern.
the 2-point conversion. This
Codrington
is
open.
10 points is the lead.
Campbell.
And that 2-point conversion, huge here in the 4th quarter because now the Animals cannot tie it in one possession. So more than ever, they absolutely need at some point in this game to get a defensive stop. And when Kason Campbell is streaking down the field wide open.
And honestly, right now,
and we'll get to that point in 1 second. Folks, if you are watching this game and you are loving every single moment of it, go on to your social media. If you're on X, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, you already better know the like, comment, share, and subscribe. And now Kwani Morgan will go for the 3-on-1, Rob.
And you got a guy like Kason Campbell and a quarterback like Sterry Codrington, who, believe me, Sterry sees one of his guys go down. I hope you don't think in his mind, oh, yeah, you guys got it. No, he's retooled, refueled, and ready to destroy something. And with a guy like Kason Campbell, who's a sure thing when it comes to the hands, the BIC is still very dangerous with or without Ashante Worthy.
And it will be Gomez throwing off for the BIC.
Gomez?
Yep, and the last time Gomez was on the 3-on-1 return, it was Kwani Morgan attacked him.
So let's see who Kwani Morgan picks on right now. Going to the middle is insane because he'll get closed out.
I think he might like his chances against He's been coming at Trey Cohen this entire time.
Which is, to me, the best way to score, because if you get past him, it's touchdown. But Joker, he's not bad. It's just Kwani Morgan is just that good.
The last time that Isaac Gomez was out, he got fully turned around on the juke move.
Right.
But he can throw it long enough, so this will be
and that's
an
caught
honest
by
return.
Morgan.
He's going after Joker.
Kwani Morgan goes after
Great
baby
tackle.
Joker, and he's brought down at the 47.
Good
Another
field
solid
position.
return.
Good field position. Great tackle.
And it's good to see that Kwani Morgan can still hit that next gear.
Right. Based off of when we thought he was hurt.
But
Kwani's definitely a rookie.
yeah, I mean, you talk about Rookie of the Year this year is just as tight of a race, maybe as MVP. A lot of those guys are on both lists. David Tender.
I'm not watching.
What are we watching? Because down by 10, David Tender has answered the bell every single opportunity that he's been out here. 62 points against BIC's defense is nothing to sneeze at.
Unheard of.
But they're going to need at least 2 more touchdowns from this Animals offense. Facing this tough defense, you got to wonder if there's anything that anyone can do to stop this young man.
Tender will keep
Missile.
it. Finds a way around, and he creates enough space to get to the 46, and there's a flag on the play.
Wow.
And that's going to be called a horse collar. It looked a little awkward when he brought him down.
It looked awkward. I didn't think it was a horse collar, though.
I think that because he pulled
the
him
way he
down
pulled
from
him?
the back, that's really what the rule is
Really?
trying to prevent. You
Okay,
see
okay,
that Tender
okay.
has the ability to just let his body fall instead of fighting forward, which
Right,
could be a
right.
leg injury, which keeps him in the game. But the flag,
And it
honestly,
was a horse collar.
15 yards tacked onto that 5-yard run. It's a great way to start the drive, and the Animals are looking at another 1st and 10. Ken Stansbury's going to look at his defense right now, and we got to fix this.
Mason goes out there to make the block. He reverses, and no one just has what it takes to get back to him. So let's see. I think this is Olay that actually makes it.
Let's
Ole.
see here. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Ole,
Now
yeah.
it's not a traditional
Yeah, it's not
horse
a
collar because he
traditional horse collar.
he had his hand on the front, but the way that he's pulling him down, it technically counts.
It'll be 1st and 10. Tender will keep it.
Oh,
He'll
wow.
throw it.
There's
That's
Divine
Divine
Epps.
Epps. Divine
wow.
Epps.
Oh, wow.
Divine Epps has a man jump over his head, and he
man.
gets the first down.
What are we watching?
And with bullets flying as is in an active war zone, and shout outs to our actual veterans. It's not. It's a hyperbole
Bodies are
metaphor.
flying out there.
But
It is a
there's-
battle royale on the field. In
There's
terms of just
explosions
everything
happening
going
in
on.
front of David Tender's face, and he doesn't care. Keeps his eyes downfield, and he's throwing off balance. Accurate enough. I mean, some of these things are floating out there because of the way he has to get it out there.
And the clock won't matter until under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So under 2 minutes left in the quarter. And we have not seen the get back come into play yet. But Tender looking to score. The handoff.
Handoff
trying
to Morgan,
pitch
and they
it
finally
back.
get
That's
him.
a great stop by Carnell Wachter, Tomeno and company. Olay was there. They definitely stuffed that run.
And just as an update for the fans, obviously, it's a big deal. Ashante Worthy is now walking on his own power. I'm not sure what it is that's ailing him. He's not necessarily rushing to get back in, but he's standing on his feet.
He is standing, which is great to see. Yeah.
And it's
he might be shaken up.
It's obviously one of the things about this league, as fun as it's been, the safety is also one of the things that we do talk about. Here's Tender on 2nd and 10.
Tender, second
Oh,
down,
wow. Great
in
block.
trouble, solid blocking.
And
Tipped,
K-Wack, why you do that?
BIC ball, Carnell Wachter.
Wow.
Steps up and tips it.
And every time they needed a clutch play, K-Wack has said this to me time and time again.
I know better than
every
anybody
time. I know you do. That's why you look so saucy right now.
Because that's happened to me so many times.
Carnell Wachter, every time, bro. Every time.
And it used to be, shout-outs to Bobby Newman in the chat, it used to be
Ryan
big play.
DePaul called that play
Yeah, he did.
before it happened.
And once he gets that opportunity, he's smart enough to know that if he's not going to get to the quarterback for a sack, he's going to put his hands up and potentially cause a turnover. Now, credit Tano for making the catch on the interception,
Phenomenal interception
but that
by
is
Tano.
one of those plays that once a game,
But BIC
K-Wack, Carnell Wachter makes when he needs his team to, when his team needs it.
him, he shows up. He may not be in every play guy, but in clutch situations,
and in the-
K-Wack has come out on top more than most people.
And in the words of Prince, dressed up as, or Dave Chappelle dressed up as Prince, this may be blouses. I messed that one up, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Sterry Codrington and Isaac Gomez ripping off over 25 yards, 1st and 10 BIC.
And you see just the fight from all of these guys. Just look at this play. Everything that David Tender has done all game has led him to this. It's worked. He stops. He plants. Eyes downfield. K-Wack with another defensive miracle.
Shouts to Jamie Melendez out there in Syria in the actual war zone on the check-in watching
like
the game.
I said. And he was playing this year. He's an active player.
He's watching right
now.
He's
safe out there. The handoff.
Umar
Butter-Lewis.
Stopped short.
He gets to the 41, and it will be 2nd down.
And with a 10-point lead, BIC knows. Sterry Codrington knows. As great as BIC has been all season, and as confident, dare I say cocky, as sometimes their offensive game plan is, right now they know what they're dealing with. The Animals are not anyone to play with. And right now, let's run the ball.
Get rid of that clock.
2nd down, but Umar Lewis met at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down, and the clock will continue to run. The Animals
That's his real name. That's not Wally. What's his name? LaSala?
Wally Cleveland.
Yeah, LaPena.
Oh, LaPena.
Yeah.
I'm messing up names.
3:37 left to go. The Animals have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. BIC only have 1 timeout remaining. But they do not want the timeout.
And only at the Jersey Shore could it go from 93 and sunny to now 64 and cool.
It still feels
like
good. I'm schwitzing.
Yeah.
I am
That's
coated.
just the energy in this booth.
The
False start again on the offense. That is huge because 3rd and 5 is a manageable rundown for BIC. 3rd and 10.
It's not the Animals defense that can do anything special here, because BIC's offense is guaranteed to score.
The last time the Animals were in this exact situation, gentlemen, might have been, maybe, I don't know. It might have been in Baltimore. It might have been a run play. It might have been a fumble. It might not have been. They might be in the same exact position that they were. They got to make a defensive stop. They've taken all game to do so.
It's tough. It's tight.
Listen to this. The Animals have turned the ball over 3 times, and they're only down by 10 points to BIC.
That is insane.
That is absolutely insane.
And in an untimed
in a game where turnovers,
untimed down,
listen,
get back. It's a lot of things that can happen.
And that's how this game started. The Animals started scoring on the first drive.
And it's really not even a turnover from BIC, but that in the record books, it almost goes as a turnover with that onside recovery.
BIC's problem today has been special teams, not their defense.
Listen,
I don't know. I can't
say what you want about what BIC does on defense. Sometimes a better offensive play or an offensive player or group of players makes the difference, because you can't tell me that the coverage hasn't been good from BIC consistently, that the defensive pressure hasn't been all over David Tender, that there haven't been guys making shoulder tackle attempts on Kwani Morgan. That's just how great these young players for the Animals have been today, and unfortunately they're still down by 10.
3rd down. They have to get to the 44. The BIC on 3rd down to throw. Downfield, will they give it to him?
He's out of bounds.
Incomplete. It will be 4th down, and the Animals might get a reprieve as we get closer to the 2-minute warning.
So what do you do here, Corey?
Hold
on, wait. You're a BIC, high-powered offense.
I am Sterry Codrington.
You're Sterry Codrington.
I am. Woohoo!
Speed 96 right now, not your 45 that you're used to, but you have a 96 speed. You can take
Listen, LaCorey's 65 speed.
Okay, all right, cool. So what do you do here?
Well, what they should be doing is what they are doing, and it's trusting in themselves, letting the clock run down, and worst case scenario, they don't get the 1st down, and they're still up by 10 points. They can end the game here with a 1st, and that's what they're going to look to do. That's their DNA. That's what they've done every single opportunity that they've been given. And with Sterry Codrington's ability to run the ball, look at the personnel on defense for the Animals. Can anybody keep up with Sterry Codrington?
4th down. Codrington throws it off the hands. No. Animals.
No.
2:03 left to play. The Animals get the 2-minute warning, 2 timeouts, and the get back if they score
Tough one. That's a tough
Fellow
one.
humans, we have a lot more football left to go.
She went 4-0.
Now listen, like the decision, like that Sterry Codrington even made the throw. The throw, tiny bit high. The catch obviously should have been made. I like where BIC's head was at on that. Even though Sterry Codrington, in my opinion, with the defensive personnel that the Animals had out to, is blowing by all 4 of the guys in the box. But right now, as the Asbury Park train comes through, it's an unstoppable train of David Tender and Kwani Morgan in the backfield looking to make up this 10-point score and deficit with 2 minutes left in the game.
The throw! Intercepted again! Fraser comes through like a thief in the night!
And there goes Frazier!
And
there goes Frazier!
Who did I say? Who's underrated is going to show up big, H3, and he just iced the game.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow.
Oh, and unfortunately, what we're going to remember from this game is not how amazing it felt to feel the Animals in this game the entire time, but just like a couple weeks ago against the Watchmen, an end-of-game interception from a great quarterback in David Tender is unfortunately going to be the taste left in the mouths of the Animals. And what is the U saying, Rob?
The U and BIC are going at it right now. All through the sidelines, all through the stands. The BIC has stopped looking in the Animals.
Yeah.
Half of their players are looking at the U right now.
Well, we know what's happening in 2 weeks. It's those 2 teams once again.
Stansbury is waving at them. Oh, yeah.
The
look.
handoff, play action. Codrington.
And
Case on Campbell. Campbell looking to put a finer point on it.
JPOE, baby. Garbage time touchdowns for Corey Hammond's fantasy team. Let's go.
Oh, okay, it's for mine, too. Sturry's my starting quarterback.
Well, I get the multiplier because all the guys are, whatever. We'll talk about it in the 3-on-1 podcast, wherever podcasts are. They're not sold. They're free. They're heard. Wow, guys. I mean, to put a cap on this day with a play like that kind of takes away from how close this game has been the entire time.
Guys, they still get the ball back.
Wait, what?
I know.
There's a minute 42
He
of
didn't run the
football
clock
left.
out. Okay.
Yeah, there's a minute 42 of football left. The Animals have 2 timeouts, and the way this day is going, as we are 6 minutes past the top of the hour, I'm hoping we're not running while the OTT and 6 start off. But
I mean, unfortunately for them, but I think they'd understand. I think they're watching too.
Well, they are playing at 11
Eastern
time, so maybe we can finish this game up before then. But hey, the 3-on-1 guys is an untimed down. Who knows?
Yes, it is.
Who knows? And for a record-breaking performance from both of these offenses, for the honestly, for me, the play of the game may have been some of the interceptions from the BIC defensive backs. And here's Bone.
Cal Bone will set up to throw. Pressure. Bone,
he is a baller.
Bone will just go.
What season is it now?
Boy, season!
Oh, my goodness.
And the Animals meet the 80 boys.
80 boys. That's insane.
As it is 80-62.
That's like a tornado.
It is a funnel-looking cloud, huh?
Right.
I hope that's not a harbinger of what's to come.
The storm.
We've had enough of storms recently. Certain teams with highlighters are really upset about storms.
As it looks like the clouds are parting for the BIC as they will return to the championship semifinals for the first time since 2023.
Pathetically, to go with Matt's premise, what, 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 touchdowns. It's possible. Not likely. But the first thing the Animals need to figure out is how to score on this 3-on-1. Because without any time off the clock to cut this deficit to 10 again, because if you score 8 points, you score the 6 points on the touchdown, 2 on the extra point conversion, it is back to the 10-point game that we just had, and it felt like it was right there.
What they did in the beginning of the game. Score quick here, get back rule, or get the ball back.
But if they score here, it's 10-point game. It's exactly where it was in the interception. So it's almost like nothing happened. What they need to do, though, is find somebody on that sideline that can throw it far enough to get it past the 20. Here's Trey Robinson on the 3-on-1 throw-off.
Robinson throws this to Kwani Morgan. That will bounce. It's a live ball.
Well, first things first.
Morgan gets through one layer of defender, is brought down at the 29, and that might be one of the worst returns for the day for Morgan.
Maybe not the worst return, but definitely the best coverage.
Yes.
Because
best throw.
Yeah,
well,
that was the perfect. That was exactly what the BIC would need to stifle a guy like Kwani Morgan. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Animals.
I agree.
And anybody who's watched Infinity War and Endgame knows
Thanos lost.
Thanos was really close to beating the Avengers. He had that sword. He was swinging around.
Listen.
You know, guys were pulling up Mjolnir and still getting their butt kicked.
Maybe Thanos was the wrong analogy because Thanos lost. But after the fight, people said, hey, he might have been right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are the Animals right, Rob?
The Animals look good. They look good. These are statement games.
He is looking to erase 50% of the points that he needs to score on this play right here.
Oh,
and let's be clear, they have a chance. Now, is it a slim chance? Is it a very slim chance? Yes. But, Matt.
First, we're back to live action. Tender, smothered, covered, and brought down. And that is the first time we've really seen the BIC defense really get a jump on Tender.
And I say it all the time, guys, football is a four-quarter sport. I truly believe at this point, David Tender, Kwani, these guys, their gas tanks, they are the future, but their gas tanks are on E.
Yeah, they've played.
Well, and when you're the guys that need to do it and you do it every play, it's hard to keep that up for full
Morgan
coverage.
gets through the defender.
H3 with the phenomenal tackle. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to get
45.
It shaken. That cloud is on its way.
Yeah, it is starting to lightly come down here.
No, that cloud said hi.
That cloud.
And let's take a look at that cloud. Shout out to Ryan DePaul.
Look at that thing.
And now meteorology brought to you by Matt, Rob, and Corey. As you can see, the pressure is about to come in, and the rain is about to fall down.
And speaking of high pressure.
Speaking of the pressure.
Oh, my.
Manny Diaz with a minute 5 on the clock. Manny Diaz, touchdown Animals.
And just as we were naming clouds in the sky, David Tender says, nope, Matt Ryan, I got more points for you.
There's a flag.
Nah, this is not going to be okay.
But now there's the get-back rule that's still in play.
They're trying to get him back to the sidelines, and everybody's talking each other down. Great job by both teams.
Great job by BIC and the Animals, by the way.
Veteran presence on both sidelines. That's exactly what you need.
That's how you do it.
That's why Olay's there. That's why Kenny stands. The Santisteban brothers. The veteran leadership to act as the cool-down guys, especially after a play like that. And it seems cooler heads have prevailed here as cooler temperatures
prevail. As awful as the situation is this.
Nightmare scenario as the BIC players that are dressed and leaving right now, right?
Yes.
Oof.
You get in the car, you drive 15 minutes and look back and find out that the Animals somehow won.
Did we not see that exact same thing happen last year?
I don't know, bro. That would make me throw up.
Listen,
I'd pull over and throw up. I'd literally throw up. Promise you.
First of all, we're going to have to see what the penalty is because it could be offsetting penalties because, let's be clear, I don't know if there was well-behaved guys on either side.
Right.
But it looks like what it's going to be is either 2-point conversion from the 5 to cut it to a 10-point game. Tender with trips to the top of your screen. He's going to I can't
and that'll
find
be
this.
incomplete. Man. So with 102.9 seconds left to go and the rain coming in.
Well, Matt, let's give them what the hypothetical scenario is. Most of the time in the A7FL, we don't have this situation, but a new rule in Season 10, the get back.
The get back is a new rule here in the A7FL in the fourth quarter. If you are down or tied, and on the 3-on-1 return after a score, you stop an opponent inside the 20, you get the ball back at the 50.
Not a far-fetched situation. We've seen it happen multiple times this season. We've seen the outcome happen in the first 3 quarters of the game, and it just doesn't end up being what we would call an onside recovery. But the Animals look to throw David Tender out there as the throw-off guy, and it'll be Trey Robinson who is the returner. So the Animals really need a deep throw and very quick coverage from their wings, and it's 6 wearing 7, and Divine Epps, who are going to be the gunners. And here's the throw. It's definitely deep enough.
It does bounce. It's a live ball.
This'll do it. They might get the ball back if they make the tackle before the 20-yard line.
Oh,
he just makes it pass.
They missed it.
Trey Robinson saves the day for
Trey
BIC,
Robinson
and they're
is
fighting for the
tough.
ball. The Animals have not quit
The
yet.
Animals are trying to get the ball, and Robinson brought down at the 49.
This is
Now
A7FL,
that is the
baby.
A7FL.
I've not seen a closer situation, maybe, except for when Jason Cizon last week against the Heist did the same
This
thing.
was amazing. That was amazing.
That is the Animals almost executing perfectly what they needed to do. Credit Trey Robinson, a multiple-time champion in this league, for making what seemed like an innocuous return, getting past the 20. He did what he had to do, and
this
that's how
one
you close out a game
is
like this.
all over. We will call this game because of the rain. The rain coming in, both teams have decided it is all over. The BIC will keep the ball. Big Rob, thank you as always. Corey Hammond, my ace as always. We have had one hell of a game. The BIC will move on. So for the first time ever in the A7FL Championship Finals, the semifinals, it's the BIC and the U. The Yankees and the Red Sox. The Duke, North Carolina of the A7FL. It goes down. It's Usyk and Fury next week to decide, in 2 weeks to decide who's the beast of the East. The championship is on July 21st. We will join you tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for Sick With It and OTT. Half the bracket is decided for the semifinals. Who fills out the other side? For Corey Hammond, for Big Rob Fabian, and all of us here, I'm Matt Ryan saying see you in 2 weeks. So long from the Garden State.